Could have been. Welcome to the Make It Make Sense podcast. We're back, ladies and gents, and we've got some lovely ladies with us today.
Yes, we do.
And a couple announcements. I've got a really cool new water bottle.
That's a killer hit.
It's fucking dope.
What?
It's like Dragon Ball Z colors right there.
Yeah,
Simply Modern.
Simple Modern.
Simple Modern.
But yeah, shout out to Simple Modern for the dope cup. Make It Make Sense, where we discuss trying to get rid of this shit that society has placed on us, all the piss that's in the dating pool, so we can come together and bridge the gap.
La familia.
Of this nonsense, so we can get back to long-lasting relationships and families. And yeah, basically, it boils down to men not adding up to what women want and women having unrealistic expectations. And we're trying to bring that together. I don't need to be right, but if you're going to tell me I'm wrong, I just need you to make it make sense. That's all I ask. And we're going to have some fun tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my co-host.
With the same questions, yeah?
Oh shit, why is that microphone on the table?
Which one?
The one in front of you.
Oh.
Give it to me.
All right, what are we starting off with?
No, introduce yourself, bro.
James, let's see if I remember the questions off the top of my head. James.
You should be on this by now.
31. I keep saying 30, dang, 2. I'm turning 32 in November. Single, and I study economics, and I'm a massage therapist, and I'm going to pass it off to this lovely lady to my left.
Name, age, relationship status, and what you do for a living.
You didn't ask him his relationship status?
Yeah, I did. I'm single.
Oh, my bad.
You weren't even listening.
He did that to me before.
We've got our fan favorite back here.
Look, I'm already causing shit.
Miss Kilo.
Already in trouble.
Hello. My name is Kiera, or Kilo.
No one calls you that.
So nice today. I will be 32 in November as well.
I hope so.
I am a Reiki practitioner, and I'm single, maybe, possibly, who knows?
What?
I hope so.
Maybe. It just
Mystery?
happens.
I have no knowledge of any of
Is anybody really single? I mean,
Oh. I don't know. Ask James.
is anybody really
That's actually a good fucking question.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yes,
always talking to
I
someone.
think there are some people who are definitely single.
Maybe, but a lot of people
I
don't.
know better myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with having relations. Don't be ashamed of that. Relations is beautiful. When I was young, I used to always have relations every night.
Miss V.
Hello,
Name,
I'm Vanessa.
age.
I'm Vanessa. I'm 34. I feel great. I feel like I'm not 34. I work with children. I'm a speech pathologist, and we work on them learning how to talk because most of them don't speak when they should be. And let's see, what else? I don't want to get in trouble.
Situationship?
Why is this the most complicated question?
I actually like this person, so and he deserves my respect.
Are you guys together? Yeah, yes or no?
No.
Okay, then we're
Wait,
single.
in his head, he said I'm his girlfriend, but in my head, we're friends.
Well,
But I like him a lot. I just
Okay.
don't want to call him my boyfriend yet.
If you-
I'm scared.
Well, I will put it to you like this:
So-
if you don't want to call him your boyfriend, then you don't like him that much.
I do. I'm just. I feel
Talking
like it's too
stage.
soon. I feel like it's too soon to
Friends
do
with
that.
your-
You're dating someone.
You're dating.
You're seeing
someone?
I'm seeing someone.
somebody.
I'm seeing
There you
someone.
go.
That works.
There you
I
go.
thought talking with someone...
Is the
Same thing.
Same, but different.
Yeah.
All right.
He's at home right now,
Put some
like
respect on my name.
I do. I want to respect him. He's a great guy.
I'm Sierra. I am 30. I'm an LMT post-op tech and OR tech. And I'm in a relationship.
oh, nice.
I hope
name,
so.
age, okay. And you?
I am Jessica. I'm 32. I am a stay-at-home mompreneur. I'm in a relationship.
Nice.
All right. I'm Troy. I am newly single.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm 35. Got the old ball and chain next to me.
Sounds like you're 40.
You like because your son's a
What the
fag?
hell does that got to do with anything? Anyway,
What do you do?
I'm a barber and a podcaster and just a all-around player.
Player.
He's not a player. He's just a father.
Anyway,
He plays chess.
yeah, and that's about it.
Let's kick it off.
Yeah, we're about to kick it off. Hey, did you guys hear about the guy who fell into the eyeglass machine? He's okay. He just made a spectacle of himself.
I knew you were right.
You're right, Kira. He is a father. A dad joke.
Dad joke.
Anyway,
Remove player, add father. Dad specifically.
let's get it cracking. So we're gonna go around the table with why did your last relationship fail, and then I want you to give me one thing you did wrong and one thing that they did wrong, and we will start with you, my lady.
Me?
Yeah. Troy's like, I want to know.
Well, he already knows.
I'm pretty sure he did.
We've talked about everything and anything. Well, it was like we were roommates, and it wasn't like there was no romantic connection, and we lived together, and we like slept opposite ways, didn't really talk.
What?
I didn't even realize I was like depressed until it was like, oh yeah, that's what that is. Like, no wonder why I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to. Could you chill so I can actually speak? He's like, don't listen to her. Hit all the relationships before me don't fucking matter. But yeah, we dated in high school, and then after high school, stuff that we didn't work out with other people. So we were like, let's try it. And then we moved in together, and it's like, oh, we actually really don't fucking like each other. So I was like, cool. And at the time, here's something very toxic, because it's something that he did and something that I did. I was like, do you think you can give me the world? And he was like, no. And I was like, and at the time, like in hindsight, I'm like, why the fuck would you ask anyone that question? But I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, then can you afford rent by yourself? And he was like, sure. And so I moved out, and like my life blossomed, and I started dating him, and he was like, I'm gonna clean you out a drawer within like 2 weeks. So yeah, something he did wrong was he was just too invested in his career, and we weren't. I mean, it was like we were like friends. We were like roommates. And then something I did wrong was ask him if he could give me the world. That's disgusting.
Oh, come on. You didn't do anything else wrong? Cut it out, Dennis.
No, he's a Capricorn, so I mean, I was.
So of course she didn't do anything wrong because he was a Capricorn.
No, I didn't.
It was the stars' fault.
I didn't have the career that he wanted me to have.
So that's what you did wrong?
Yeah, I wasn't as successful as because I had just graduated from college. I walked at graduation, but then I ended up failing out. And
So
he was
you
like,
weren't-
I thought I was. He thought he was getting involved with an engineer who could go half and half. So he wanted to split half and half. Like, don't do my laundry. Don't pay, you give me half of rent. Which in hindsight,
Damn, he was ahead of his time. Equality.
Listen to this shit though. Like, so you're making 6 figures. I'm making ends meet with like a measly paycheck, and I'm paying half of
that's
rent in an
ridiculous.
apartment. Like in
feel
hindsight,
that.
I'm like,
What you doing in an
boy,
apartment if he's making 6 figures?
fuck you. He's a fucking Capricorn. Do you know who else is a Capricorn? That fucking Terry Crews. Like,
You don't live in an apartment?
but he pinching pennies on every fucking movie you see him in. That's really
Those are roles.
What?
Listen, that's really how he be in real life. Anyways, what did I do wrong?
There's.
I know I'm perfect. I don't think anything.
I'm not finished.
No, I wanted to do his laundry or cook or clean or do whatever, and he's like, don't touch my shit. You live your life, I live my life. And I was like, why the fuck did we move in together? So maybe the thing I did was wrong was fucking move in with him. I don't know. It wasn't a good relationship.
Maybe you misinterpreted the relationship?
So you
No,
weren't-
he was like, you need to cut off everybody else, and it's time for us to settle down now. And then we did, and it was like, why did we do this? So I don't know, maybe there was just no romantic connection.
So you weren't rude. You weren't.
I was never rude.
You weren't mean. You weren't unavailable. You weren't
No.
insufferable. You weren't. You weren't hanging out with your friends and doing anything like.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
No, I wanted to hang out with him. He didn't want to hang out with me. He was like, you go do your thing. I think he just didn't want to be with me. I think he just... Yeah, like he just didn't want to be together. But, I mean, everything is... I mean...
All right, I'll let it go. I'm curious to see what the other women may have done.
I took his virginity in high school.
What's that got to do with the relationship?
No, but he didn't take mine. He didn't take mine.
his.
So this is something that for the podcast, what men do prefer virgins, and he never let me live it down. He's like, you're a whore. Like you could take the rat out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the rat. Like it was. Yeah,
What you did wrong was stay. That was what you did wrong.
Yeah, he was mean as fuck.
sure.
He was
Or
like.
here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
But
No, he really, like, men really want your body count to be low, and he was like a perfect example of that. He's like, you're a whore. He basically didn't want to be seen with me. I don't know why the fuck he would have moved in with me.
Why ain't no way?
It's funny how years later.
Anyway,
yeah, right?
Again.
He ain't in a relationship right now, so I wish him the best of luck where he's,
Help me.
But we was young.
why did your last relationship end? And one thing you did wrong and one thing they did wrong.
Okay, for obvious reasons that we grew apart.
What does that mean? And who broke up with who?
I broke up, and I would say the same thing. I felt like a roommate, and I would say definitely I was more in my masculine.
Could you bring the mic just a little bit closer to you?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yes. Get up right up on it.
I would say that I definitely...
Use that radio voice.
I'll try. My mom was a DJ, so I better not let her down. Okay. Anyways, I would say that we grew apart. I think that I was definitely more in my masculine, and he was definitely more in his feminine. I was paying 50-50 too. And then
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Yeah, and I just think that one thing that I did wrong, I think that I overworked, and I didn't allow him to take care of me either. I was like, okay, if you're not going to, step it up and do this, I'm going to have to, And him, I just feel like he could have stepped it up as a man. That's it, for sure. Could have helped me a lot more with situations with kids, just different stuff like that. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Miss
think that's it.
Vanessa.
Why did your last relationship end? And what's one thing they did wrong and one thing you did wrong?
Well, I kind of agree with her. I'm kind of saying.
We all agree.
There's something going on here. This is a statistical anomaly.
Radio voice for sure. Her mom was a DJ. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wanted commitment, and I think he didn't. After 9 years, he couldn't make up his mind, so I had to leave. And so I wanted him to step up. And I think my mistake was I was very much in my masculine too. I think that even though he was making well over 80,000 and I was part-time working and a student, I was trying to keep up. I was trying to be let me prove to him that I can do it kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can show him I can budget, I can do this, right? I can do it all. I can cook, I can go to school, I can work, I can fuck, I can all of that shit. And then I realized oh my gosh, I'm doing way too much. And now that he's gone, and actually today, my friend sent me a screenshot. He's in a new relationship. We just broke up 2 months ago. And
Ain't you seeing somebody?
I am, but I'm so happy. Let me get
We
there.
talking about practice.
Let me get
Not
there.
a game. Not a game.
What I'm trying to get at is that I'm so happy that he posted that. I feel free. I feel like he's no longer in my energetic field. Like, I am so glad he is busy, distracted, because I'm so happy now. Like, I don't feel like I have to hide that I'm so happy that I've met this person that's currently in my life. So,
To this day.
yes.
To this day.
Amazing. And I'm blushing.
To this day.
So what was something? Oh yeah, you said something you did wrong, and then
That she was masculine. What did he do wrong?
He didn't want to. I wanted the kids, the marriage, and then his
he
mom,
didn't want to commit?
Yeah, his mom was having issues. I was like, yo, handle that. I waited 12 months. It didn't get handled. Everything was the same. I was like, I gotta go. I don't have time. I have any more time for you.
So you initiated the breakup?
I did.
Bet.
I'm just picturing. He's just like, oh, his mom had issues. Like, she needs to hurry up and get unsick. This relationship is not getting work.
You're not getting any younger. She's lived her life.
right? They were together for like 9 years, right?
Yeah.
You've known your mom forever.
That's a long time.
She'll be fine.
Yeah. 9 years.
Are you crazy? Are you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
You can do it.
What's the question, Troy?
Why did your last relationship end? And give me one thing you did wrong and one thing that they did wrong.
It ended because he's a lying, cheating, manipulative piece of shit.
Damn.
Okay, and he's on the low. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh.
So that's one. What he did wrong was he couldn't be honest. He was manipulative. He held money over my head. He held a business over my head. What I did wrong was lack awareness, and I chose to be blind when shit was sitting right in front of me.
I
respect that.
really, apologize if I
drove me
offended
to
anyone.
A manic depression that when I got bounced out of it, he stalked me for months, and now we're here.
How long were you guys together?
It's about to go down.
It feels like a fucking lifetime. I don't know. I think it was 2 years.
And you broke up with him?
Like, we talked for a significant amount of time, and then we were together for about like a year and a half.
And then you broke up with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so crazy that like the chick he cheated on me with like called CPS on me just to get him out of my house.
Oh my gosh.
At that point, I was
That's-
like, you gotta fucking do it.
No.
What?
Messy. I'm like,
That
keep your
was-
side chicks.
That's when
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you
seriously.
gotta go. Like,
Keep your side chicks in check
it
for
was like
sure.
fuck everything else. Like, now you gotta go. And then when the guy showed up at my house, he's like, oh my god, you have more food in your kitchen than I've ever had in my life. I'm like, no shit, bitch, get out.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Woo. But tea
Was there enough accountability in there? I'm just trying to make sure.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you did wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I said I chose to be blind.
That's
Lack of self-awareness.
no, what did you do?
Lack of awareness. Other than
What
that,
did you do to make him go undercover?
Oh, he was doing that before me.
So you chose wrong.
Are you done?
I chose wrong. Yeah. Did
That's
I
not-
do anything?
maybe put
but
up with
do anything specifically to him? I never did anything to him.
Come on.
I will be completely honest with you. I never did anything to him, and the only times that I snapped was when I knew that he was out doing wrong. And at that point, he was a lying piece of shit, this, that, and the other. Then he'd walk in the door, and I'm like, oh, whatever, I forgive him. But I never, I can truly say, if you're asking about another relationship, I was probably a bitch. But this specific one, he caught me in a phase where, like, I was healing a lot of my old ways. So he really got the better parts of me that he didn't deserve.
I feel that.
So yeah, he didn't get like the these until after the fact, and now he'll probably say I'm the worst person ever.
So you wanted him to be the one, so you like didn't see the other stuff?
I don't even think in that time I wanted him to be the one. It was partying, drinking. I worked in the nightlife. Like, I was never fully there.
Oh, it was just like
That sounds like something you did wrong.
You stupid.
That's towards me though.
Yeah.
That's not something I did towards him though.
I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're not there and you work in the nightlife, that could be affecting him
We
and
work
some
together.
of his decisions. Oh, okay.
Oh.
We were literally together all the time.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to go before I go?
Yeah, I'll let you go. I mean,
Okay. One thing I notice, especially when I ask this question, is how allergic to accountability women are. every time.
I knew he was gonna say that. That's why I said, did I give you enough accountability? I
No,
knew it was going.
not just you. Everyone.
Everybody said the same thing.
Yeah, you had a laundry list of reasons and things that they did, but like couldn't think of any situation where you may have been a problem.
I think I was a problem. I didn't allow him to take care of me in any type of way. And then maybe that's because I didn't trust him. So I for sure was a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then that, I mean,
I think that's
sure.
accountability. Right?
Yeah,
I said that right.
You should pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
Exactly.
I feel like I did too. I said that my past was a problem. So like,
but that was a
there's
problem
nothing-
for him. It's not something that you did
I don't
in the
think
relationship.
you did anything wrong. I think maybe just choosing to stay.
Yeah, but I mean, I just find that hard to believe because I can name things that you've done to me that are wrong
Yeah,
in a
but-
relationship.
Yeah, but you and I actually talk and we're romantically together. Like,
Yeah, but I get if you, I'm one of the easiest fucking people in the world to get along with. I'm not asking for much, and if you can do things that irritate me, I'm sure you did shit to irritate him.
I guess. I mean, I tried to get him to do things that he didn't want to do.
See that, and then that's something that you could have said. Like, you know what I mean? That's
Like
what
family things. or
Either way,
like
the point
holiday things.
I mean, calling too much, being too clingy, being too needy, being too anything. You know what I mean? Any of those things are things that can push somebody away. Nagging too much, complaining is a huge one, and
sure.
I've never met a woman that doesn't complain in a relationship. If you're not getting what you want from your man, women have zero problem voicing that they're unhappy, and that to a man is something that he considers insufferable when it's never ending, like always finding something to discuss. So that's what I'm talking about when I say accountability. And I just find it hard to believe that in all four, well, except for you, in 3 relationships, that you guys couldn't pinpoint something that you did that maybe that rubbed him the wrong way.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, we didn't even talk enough for me to complain.
Yeah,
it was such a fucked up situation.
But it doesn't
that,
sound like you were in a real relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but we were together and we signed a lease together to live together.
said that. She
And
said
then
she-
I know she said that, but there's no reason to
We
raise your
didn't
voice
even-
at me.
we didn't even like text one time during the day. Maybe it was just so emotionally disconnected that it like wasn't even a real relationship. It was just on paper. Like,
I think so.
We're together.
Yeah, I could feel that.
All right. Why did my last relationship end? Because I'm a cheater. But unlike most men, I ended the relationship for the reasons I just expressed. I hurt that woman, and she spent the rest of our time being together wanting to make me feel the pain that I caused her. And I just couldn't take it anymore, so I fucking left. One thing that she did wrong was that, being a jerk, but it was warranted, deserved. It was no different than the relationship, or it started off no different than the relationship with her. I'm not a one-woman man, never planned on being a one-woman man, and every woman that I've been in either a relationship or situationship with understood that, including the last relationship I was in. That's how it started. But then children got involved, and it was like we just decided we're together without discussing how that was going to go. And, I made tons of mistakes, and, she left, came back, I left, whatever. So that's what I would say for the reasons my last relationship ended. Because the most addictive drug on the planet is in between women's legs. And I'm an addict.
Really, nigga?
I feel like you just went off somewhere real quick when you said that. I felt it, bro. I felt it.
It's the root of everything good and bad. It's the reason men build shit, and it's the reason people ruin their lives. There's a lot of power there, and it's not being handled correctly. But
It's not being wielded correctly.
yeah, your turn.
I've only been in one relationship ever.
You hit her, huh?
Huh?
Nothing.
I had to learn. No, I would say I've learned through that relationship how much of a traditional man I am. And body count does matter to me, whether I want to override it or not. It's I have goals in mind, and loyalty is a big thing. Definitely in my city, dude. Like, a lot of people get shot from women, just women particularly. And before I even moved out here, I got set up by some women who let some dudes come in at me because I answered the door for women. So for me, Springfield, Massachusetts. And so loyalty is big for me. So I'll observe her behaviors, and to me, her behaviors were not. They weren't considering of how a woman, the way a woman carries herself in public is how she represents her man, right? Mm-hmm. So I felt like the way she was carrying herself in public was not a good way of representing me. And she posted some pictures on Instagram that she didn't even talk to me about. And the way I've always saw it is, you can talk to your best friends before you do something, but you won't consider your partner before you make a major decision. I'm not telling you what you can or cannot do. What I do want is you to take my opinion to mind and consider it before you make a decision. At least you have considered my opinion. You're willing to do that to all your other friends, but you're not willing to do that to me. Relationship's supposed to be teamwork and not, I'm going to be independent and I'm going to be independent. Yes, to a certain degree, yes, independence is going to be for your confidence, but it's supposed to be a teamwork. And nobody ever wins a basketball game by just shooting the ball all the time. They have to pass it, right? So that was my wrongdoing. Was it came off a little bit controlling. If I knew if I was a traditional man, then I would be able to set the parameters in the beginning of a relationship of what I want and what I'm expecting. And then from her perspective, being more considerate of how the person that she's in a relationship feels and understanding how men think and operating within how that framework. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That last part?
I think, well, not the last part, but your whole story did. I think that is a good segue into the next question.
So you left her?
Yeah, she ends up leaving me. Yeah, that's a topic.
Yeah. Typically, women initiate the breakups. Raise your hand if you've been broken up with by a man.
Like once. Yeah.
Like once, yeah.
And how often were you the one doing the breaking up?
Most
often. I never even realized that.
Yeah.
Is it like the majority?
Yeah.
We still want availability to
Shit,
sex.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, men leave women for two reasons. She's insufferable, like a pain in the ass, annoying, ratchet, nagging, complaining, or she fucks somebody else. That's pretty much it.
What if they wanted to get back with you after they broke up with you? Does that count?
That's fine.
They still broke up with you?
No, that's because it's more difficult for men to acquire sex than it is for women. So once he's
that's probably
back
true.
out there in the streets and can't get laid,
Facts.
and
honestly, I agree
Go
with.
ahead and hit that sound again.
I didn't.
Troy, I totally agree with what you said, because what really made us say is like the sex was just like everything made sense. It made sense as soon as we fucked. Like, it was just really toxic, crazy sex. Yeah.
So interesting.
What?
But I want to roll into that next question based off of your answer. Was what do you consider controlling? And we will start with you, Miss K.
What do I consider controlling?
Yeah, from your partner.
Honestly,
I feel like this is a big topic. Like a lot of, I feel like that's why a lot of women are in their masculine energy, because they don't want to be told shit today. So, what are things that you would consider controlling?
There's a lot of things that I would just, if my man, my spouse, my partner came up to me and was like, "Yo, I don't like X, Y, and Z," and we can actually communicate about it, and we have an understanding, that I would just let slide. But what I find controlling and what I would consider controlling is like making me cut my family off and things of that nature to basically control my whole life type deal. Do
you have an example?
Say, for instance, they're like, "Oh, you talk to your brother too much. You can't talk to him as often," or this thing. Because my brother's like my best friend, you know. And I feel like a lot of controlling, the things that I find controlling stem from insecurities. of a man.
That the man is insecure?
Yeah, insecurities of a man.
What about your brother would make him insecure?
The fact that me and my brother talk and tell each other everything.
Are you
I've
guys-
had a situation where someone's like, you talk
Like,
to your
is this
brother that much? And
blood?
it's like, yes. It's my blood brother.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like my actual brother.
Not her
We have the
stepbrother.
same face.
All right.
I'm like, wait, hold on. My brother.
Really, nigga?
My baby brother. But yeah, I would find things like that controlling. When it comes to like Instagram and stuff like that, I mean, like I said, if there's a conversation that's had and we both have an understanding and I violate that, then it's not controlling when you check me about it. But when you come out the blue and you're like, yo, you need to delete X, Y, and Z, you did this, that, and the other, and I'm gonna look at you fucking crazy because we're both adults.
I'm curious about that. So out the blue, meaning, like, for instance, we'll use your Instagram as an example. If you were dating a man and he said, I don't like the pictures, even like the picture I used of you tonight, like, I don't want those on your Instagram. You guys have been dating for a year and he decides to say that. Is that controlling?
It's not controlling, no. I would have to take it into consideration, but you know, the way that I would try to explain it to him in the conversation that would be had is that like a lot of the photo shoots that I've done have actually been work, which people don't really realize. My Instagram is work stuff. It's like photo shoots, brand deals that I've done, music videos, things like that. And those are things that have gotten me paid, you know.
But are they currently getting you paid?
No, that specific photo though, a friend of mine who just passed took it. I ain't taking that shit down, and that's what I would tell him. And if that's something that's gonna do this, oh okay, you know, like it's a conversation that has to be had, and it really just depends. But if it were something like maybe the second photo that's on my Instagram, which was again a photo shoot, but it was like a behind the scenes that I did. If he was like, I don't like that, you have too much legs out, I'd delete it. I mean, it's not a big deal to me. You know, it's all about conversation and communicating for me. But there's a lot of things that a man could tell me, yo, it's my way or the highway. I'd be like, yes, sir.
Yeah. So that was a fucking lie.
I'm just fucking. Ms. V.
I would say the same thing. As soon as you start meddling like with my family and I cannot be around them or it's an inconvenience for you.
Has
like,
that happened to any of you? I'm very curious because I've never heard anybody saying that you can hang out with your family.
Like you hang out with them too much, or like can you not hang out with them every Sunday?
Well, you know what? I lied.
It's a strategy.
I think my mom had to deal with that, to be perfectly honest. But they lived far. But yeah, no. I mean, that one I haven't personally came across a lot, unless like your family was bad for you.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if your family sucked and wasn't progressing.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, I would hold myself to the same standard. I separate myself from family members that aren't going where I want to go.
Right.
But outside of family members, what else would you consider controlling?
I think it's all, like she said, context. Like,
Come on, you guys.
I swear to
you guys
God,
have been in
it
relationships.
is.
You guys have friends who talk
Because
about that
like
shit.
the man who's trying to tell me what to do a week together versus the man I've been with a year. Like there's leverage there. The man that I've known for a week versus the man I've been with for a year. Like
that's true. Like if someone that just met you and is trying to control you, that's weird.
Like, put it this
How so? What is controlling too early?
I don't like it. I think that
like you work with men. No, just kidding. you better quit that job.
You know other guys.
Yeah, right. If I just started seeing someone,
this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, like what?
If I just started seeing someone and they're like, no, you can't go on Troy's podcast. I have a weird feeling about it. This, that, and the other. I'd probably go tell him to fuck himself. I've known you guys longer than I don't know what, and this is harmless. But there are men that would probably do something like that. That's controlling.
Yeah. Actually, I got shit for reposting, not even the podcast that I was on, like one of the last episodes. Some dude, we were just getting to know each other, and he wrote me this long, like 3-paragraph thing on Instagram. Like he couldn't believe that I shared that, and I'm like, I'm gonna support the people.
Was he talking shit about me?
No, just no.
She shared your shit.
It was about.
Stop it.
It was about the green lines.
Oh yeah.
So it's him. She talked shit about you.
Who is this guy you talking about?
But I was like, I thought it was interesting, so I was like, I want to go look it up. And that's what I said in the comment, but I still want to show support, so I shared it. And, like, we don't have to be disagreeable when we disagree. Like, we can disagree and still be here, right? And so that's how I see it. Like, if you want to judge me and base me off of a post that I shared on my story and you think that's me, do you, but I want nothing to do with you, kind of thing.
Weird.
So, like, he wrote me this long-ass message, and I'm like, bro, we are getting to know each other. The fact that you spent the time doing this.
Red flags.
Yeah.
Can I see this message?
Right?
Yeah.
You just.
Yeah, I can, actually. I didn't even read it, because it was too damn fucking long.
I need you guys to be a little more toxic. You guys are too damn reasonable.
I have some shit.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
All right. Well, we'll get to you.
I was in relationships that were not like the last one. So
Okay.
So what I would consider controlling today is not what my younger self would consider controlling.
Well, give me both then.
Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. So obvious, like, weird stuff. Like, if they, I don't know, if they paid for everything and then only gave me like $50, like, or something like that.
What?
Like, gave me an allowance of like $50 and then didn't let me get anything else. I like watched this thing about this lady who was Mormon.
Closer to the mic.
I watched this thing about this lady who was Mormon, and she sold her business to her husband, and then he started controlling all the money. So, like, there's weird things, like manipulative, toxic things, right? Where he didn't give her any money, like not enough to support her family or stuff like that. Like, that would be weird. But things that I thought were toxic when I was younger that I don't think are toxic now are like, my ex didn't want me hanging out with my friend who was a stripper, right? And I was like, that's my friend, this and this. We've known each other for this long. But I get it now. Like, I totally get it, because the people you hang out with are going to influence you and this and that. Not that I was influenced, because she lived in California and she only
I
came
am
out.
not laughing at you. I am so sorry. There was a comment on there, and we all made the same face at the same time when we read it. That's why I started laughing. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. I don't know. What was the comment about? Should we?
Finish saying what you're
I'll
saying.
read it. I'll read
Yeah,
it.
no.
Okay,
Finish
okay.
saying what you're saying.
But I just think that, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of compromise in relationship, and I think that if I was, really, really, like, things are getting serious, everything like that, and they wanted me to take down certain photos from I would have no problem. I don't care, like, if it looks too much like this or that. I would definitely just take it off. I just think that I'm a lot more agreeable now. That maybe.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So, I
It's a
mean,
good word,
but what would you
agreeable.
consider controlling now that you've adapted and grown?
Just talk, like, weird toxic stuff. Like, obviously this person has like some sort of issue or something like that. Like, things that are just deeper than maybe like an insecurity. Like, I don't know, like the family stuff for sure. Like, my family is dope. So like, if somebody tried me to stop talking to my family, but I've never had anything happen like that, so I don't really have any context for it, so it's hard for me to like kind of come up with something. But before, the things that I thought were controlling weren't, for sure. Like, I understand it now. Yeah.
What about you?
In the past relationships that we were actually like in a relationship and romantically connected, we used to go through each other's phones, and that was really toxic. And so he and he would also, which, I mean, in hindsight, he would tell me like I would have to wear certain things around his family, who was like super Baptist Christian, and like not cuss or like not act a certain way. Like, we basically were like actors.
I mean, that makes
when
sense.
we visited family. I mean, I guess it makes sense now, but I'm like, you're a whole ass liar, like, to your family. Like, you are a completely different person. And like, so would control, like, I guess what I would post. And then, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we went through each other's phones. Like, what else was I gonna say? Fuck. Who have I been in a relationship with?
I don't know. You better keep that list short.
I know. I'm like, two people.
We're on live. You're making me look bad.
No, it was like from high school. We were together for like 5 years. But he turned 21 before I did, and I've never really been a drinker, and so he was like the wild and crazy one, and I just let him do his thing. But for me, controlling stuff that I did too, or just
no. What do you consider controlling, or have you been controlling? That's a good one. I mean, did you guys ever done some controlling shit? I told your man what he can and can't.
You guys should have a lot of. You guys should say, "Where do I start?" That's to be honest.
No, I know that I'm more controlling now than I've ever been. But I don't know if it's just like postpartum anxiety or some shit like that. I want everything to be like a certain way so that I'm not freaking out. But yeah, I guess what I could and couldn't say, or what I could and couldn't wear, and who I had to be around certain people. Like I was this like Christian goody two shoe when I was around his friends and his family, but he was a completely different person. Like we were completely different people when we were behind closed doors. So it was
What?
Sounds like
So that's
he's a Gemini too, so we were both just complete like your epitome of a Gemini, just two
Different
liars like together. We were like toxic.
that's right.
And then it's like, yeah. So I'm grateful I'm in a relationship now where I can be myself.
She's like, damn, like I didn't mean to lie, Troy, but this Gemini in me is just.
no, but now what could be considered controlling, like I think is a man leading. So I'm like, you tell me. Like I don't think there would be any like telling me what I can or can't do.
Yeah.
I think that I'm also like a respectable woman to my man. Like I've submitted to where I'm not gonna do some dumb shit. Like you are an extension of your man. Like when you're in public. So if you're out here wilding and like way too loud, way too crazy, way too sloppy, like if my man was like, get your ass in the car right now, that would not be controlling. But I would never ew. So
See, I like that. I feel like women in the beginning stage should be aware to see if this man is competent enough to lead. And once he has consistently proved that what he says and what he does is true. Then she should be able to strategically let go of the reins because he has been proven himself to be competent to lead. So now you could trust his lead. And it's not just blindly following him. He has been proven to you over and over again that he is competent to lead.
Like if you can lead me, you can lead me. If you can't lead me, I'm not going to let you lead me.
Hold on, I have a question because I want to read that comment. If you were with a man that could lead you and he was laying your clothes out on the bed while you were in the shower, would you have a problem with what he picked out for you to wear?
If it was like ugly, like not like
Little House on the Prairie.
I think it would be sus. I think it would be sus if the outfits were fire. Like, wait a minute.
If the
outfits were fire.
I don't know. I think guys can have some style. It might not be like perfect.
Oh, this is cute.
What? Oh yeah, that might be.
Troy, I mean, have you ever pick out outfits?
Oh, do you? That's cute.
I actually did that for my girlfriend too.
Cute.
Like I know what I think I find her sexy in.
I buy all her clothes.
Troy buys all my clothes.
So cute.
I don't like shopping. I don't like everything I'm wearing right now. He's bought me.
Style by Troy Krusper.
I have a deal with these pants. They were given to me by a brand, but everything else, Troy.
I like that little add-in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Prosies.
I think that as long as it wasn't like you said, like Little House on the Prairie or like something like crazy.
You wearing overalls and turtlenecks
hell
from this
no.
point on.
I'm just observant, and I see what's
if it was
trendy and cute for girls.
If it was conservative, I wouldn't mind. I actually feel like I don't know, like I don't dress conservative all the time. That's for damn sure, but I would wear something. I like comfy clothes.
Yeah,
and that's me 90% of the time.
I'm observant on what's cute and acceptable at the same time.
Yeah.
Like when she dresses herself, she looks like a fucking hippie. And I'm like,
the way you talk, I would believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like Jessica has a little
flowy pants.
Every time she walks by, you smell a breeze of sage.
Thrifted from Goodwill.
Get that mechanic's jump.
So, but she's got a nice body, so I'm just like, I know that this will look right, and blam.
If you ever wanted me to be conservative, like I totally would.
I know.
Like I'm so submitted. I'm like,
if a man told me I needed to wear
Can we
a
clip
bra,
that?
I would look at him crazy.
Oh no, he won't let me wear bras.
I do not. That's one thing I would
that's
find. There's a
amazing.
controlling thing.
Yeah.
If a man told me to wear a bra,
Wait, but if your nipples are
Bras,
through your
bras are
shirt.
only acceptable if you have bra size
I'm not saying
titties.
you, but
Yeah, if you've got big ass titties that need to be held up, wear a bra.
Itty bitty titties.
Give those things some support.
But if you've got fit gym titties,
I do not
bras
like
are
wearing a bra.
unacceptable,
The
actually.
only time where I will willingly put it on is if I'm around
Church.
a man's family,
Yeah.
church, or around my own damn family.
Even
And
then,
barely
sports bra.
then.
see, I would even go as far as like I wouldn't want my girl to wear that around my friends, like her nipples showing. Like if her nipples were showing through the shirt, like I wouldn't want her to wear that
No,
around my
yeah,
friends.
that one too. Like if there's gonna be an abundance of males over here, then yes, I'll have her put my clothes on.
Because I don't want my friends to sexualize.
Yeah,
like, I
I
want
mean
her to
they're
look at her
going
in some
to. It
way.
don't matter what she's got on.
Yeah,
they're
no matter
going
what.
to.
But I'd rather leave a sense of imagination than
Do you
be
feel like that's controlling?
Oh yeah, if I know people are coming over, I know what
Well,
to wear and what not.
Right.
I don't know.
What are you guys
I just-
talking
Do you
about?
think that is
I
controlling?
asked her if that was
I
controlling.
didn't know. Okay, no, because I had an incident now that I'm dating, and the shirt was a little see-through, but not like too see-through. But also, I don't like wearing bras either. I fucking hate it. Also, my nipples are pierced, so like bras just don't feel comfortable.
Wait, was it
anymore.
see-through or was it not see-through?
It was
How's
like-
it midway?
Because my nipples are dark, so you can see it through, right? So like it wasn't like clearly see-through, but you could like.
So it was
You know what I
see-through.
mean?
Like,
You're like, if you're staring hard enough, you see them.
Exactly that part. That part. And I saw him before I went
Is it
out.
hard to not look at titties while they're talking about this?
I know. I'm like, is this one see through?
bro, I've been overriding the system for about like 2 minutes now.
I'm in everyone's titties right now.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute. Show me them titties.
Like stretch.
And they're at their best right now, so you might as well.
Continue.
Where were you?
I was gonna go out with my sister, and she's 10 years older than me, and so like we didn't grow up together. So like she actually invited me out, and I'm like, yeah, totally, absolutely, I'll be there. And I went to see him before, and I asked him if it bothered him, and at first he was like, no, it's cool. And then like as soon as we got to my car, he's like, but maybe if you have like something, and I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you for telling me. I actually had brought like a little, I don't know what it's called. Yeah. And I completely forgot. But when I got in my car, I saw it. And I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll put it on. And then I put it on. And at first I'm like, is he telling me what to do already? But I'm like, no, he's very gentle and like very kind. And it made me want to do it. And I did. And I sent him a
The
picture.
delivery of it.
Delivery, yeah. I would,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Like
with
if you're
you.
like,
And
No, he wasn't with me. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I asked him that. Like, if we're together, can we do it? And he said something about like drawing attention and then like the
Yeah.
guy having to deal with that. And then I was like, wait, I don't know this side. Like, I don't.
To kind of simplify it for you, there's two ways we're gonna look at a woman. We're gonna objectify her. The closer we get to objectifying, the more we're just gonna like, damn, she's a slut. I want to fuck her, like sexualize her. And then there's a sacred part that we want to view our person that we're in a relationship with. And the more sacred that we view her, the less that we don't. I don't want to say we don't want her to share that part of her, but it's just like I've earned this. I feel like
I see that.
she has given me the ability to say that I have earned the ability to see parts of her that no man can see.
So many
Does
just
that make
super
sense?
facts, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
girls
So-
post everything now. You ain't even gotta pay for nothing. You're like, you go on their Instagram, you're like, oh, I know what she looks like in a bikini and
Well,
whatever.
here's the thing. In today's society, like, yes, men objectify women, but like that's women objectify women too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You go under your comments. You don't have no comments from other girls saying, "Ooh, bitch, you look smart." It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, bitch,
it's-
you look smart.
like
I'm commenting that on
Intelligent
Jessica's
as
photos
fuck.
from her.
but women objectify themselves. Like, there's no need to post your ass in the mirror. There's no need for like, I mean, you do it on purpose for attention. Whether it's from men or women, you're doing it for attention.
Get some help.
But but what to piggyback on what he was saying is that when you're with your man, yes, you can probably dress sexier because he's with you. He feels he can protect you. He's there and present in the looks of other men. I personally like that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want, when I'm with my woman, like out and about, I want other people to check her out because I know she's mine. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If they don't look at her, I'm not with the right one.
What am I
You know
doing?
what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, don't nobody know. Right? Exactly. I love that fucking song. But
honestly take notes to that, ladies. Like, if you want to build value in your man's life, then how you represent him when you're out with him and you make him look good. Woo.
Yeah, that's we'll get to that too with the high value woman. Yeah, when you're not with your man, it's really just mitigating. Men are going to sexualize you in sweatpants and a t-shirt. Okay? But
Facts.
you're gonna
Call me out.
You're gonna
Hey, you literally described your outfit.
You think I'm wrong? Go stand too long at the gas pump at Quick Trip and tell me somebody even
True.
Yeah, he's like,
So
quick.
true.
Listen, I could stick my head out the window and they'd be like, yo,
right? So
I've been like a sewer rat. They're like, what's up?
But it does minimize it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the other bitches got everything hanging out. You can have all the sweatpants you want, but if you're surrounded by bitches in bikini tops and their ass out, you're the last one he's looking at.
That's my favorite.
You know what I'm saying?
And let me know what you think too. At what point is it like get more confidence that you need to have your ass cheeks literally out just to get attention? That's the way I'm kind of looking at it. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind if I'm not saying it's my girl. I don't mind if I see a girl out in the gym and stuff like that. But at what point does do you have to really stoop that low to get attention?
That's not even what it is. It's the sexual liberation that feminism has told women that you're supposed to be out here doing what men do.
So is that really the case? And it's not because
it's because they don't want to be told what to do.
I'm not a
period.
feminist.
Not all.
Right,
Majority of the women that have their ass and shit
I
out,
know
they're
you're not a
even doing
feminist,
it
but
for
you're
men.
also not dressing the way he's
What are they
talking
doing
about.
it for?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In what way?
Unless they're like doing OnlyFans and shit, like they're doing it for money.
For like a business.
It's still not even for men. They're doing it for
What
No, it's
how is
for
she
men
doing that
because
for
without
herself?
men and their sexual thirst, OnlyFans doesn't exist.
Right. So that's why I started it with saying unless they're doing OnlyFans, and I said, well, even still, it's technically for the money, but men are still the barrier between the two.
Yeah.
Because I was telling him, I said, majority of women don't even show their ass just for men. Like they do it because
And
they want to.
also, that's
society's given us permission to.
the clothing.
But I don't buy that. Women, it's no different from the whole. You've seen the meme where the handsome guy says, "Oh, you look great today," at the lady in her cubicle, and then the ugly dude says it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm calling HR." You know what I'm saying? Women sexualize themselves for someone in particular to see them, and now everybody gets to see it. But they're doing it because they want the attention from someone in particular. So they say they don't
So will
do it
that
for
get
men.
that attention?
Huh?
Will that get that attention of the someone in particular then? Is that what you're saying?
It probably
Probably
will.
would.
But
Not for, like,
if you
commitment.
don't
The
say
wrong
anything to him, he may not
Wrong
know you like
attention.
him.
Yeah.
And yes, and it is going to be the wrong attention. But women do majority of what they do: the makeup, the lashes, the Botox, the body, buying their bodies, all of these things, not for themselves, because that's not. It's just like working out. A man works out because you accomplish a goal and it makes you more confident. So those insecure women need to be more confident around the men that they're trying to attract or the attention that they're trying to attract. You see what I'm saying? Which is typically coming
Would
from
it
women.
just be because
men, I'm sorry.
when people are better looking in general, they do better in like work settings and everything.
Yeah.
So I think like it's playing into that too.
Yeah,
pretty
but, but again, like so
They get more money.
yeah, that's
they
that's
get,
that's why you're
that's
doing it.
statistics.
But women were doing that before. They were so heavy in starting to skip.
Oh, like in the workplace. I feel that.
We're gonna pause it real quick and fix this audio. Give us just a second. Anybody need to go back? Pause. Is it working? Are we better? Comments, let us know. Yeah. So what I was saying was though, like, I mean, yes, you're 100% right. But that's because the better looking people do get those
Men and
opportunities.
women.
Men and women. But again, before women were so heavy in the workforce, they were still buying makeup. The ones who wanted the attention were showing more, and it was for the attention of the win, even if it's in the workplace or the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so because like it's kind of like
Life's a competition.
a peacock, right?
Yeah,
and like but the reverse because the peacock's the guy, so it's kind of like, ooh.
Well, women
I'm
peacock too.
here.
Women
Yeah.
peacock too because you got, even when you go out with your friends, you still want to look the best you can. You know what I mean? Especially in a single situation.
Well, most people want to look the best they can, right?
You would think.
Well, I guess that's true.
Women nowadays are trying to support men, and they're like the prize as far as like the looks now. Like they want a pretty boy, so they're like, I'll look good. Try to find me a man.
Guys get plastic surgery now too to be taller. They get their knees
four
done.
guys. It's like 4 men and
business investment.
But it's changing, you know.
Yeah.
Men are doing it too.
True.
I think people can beard fish the shit out of you. You talk about makeup. Take the beard off somebody.
No, but that's natural. You talk about something that is biological compared to something that you're painting on.
And also, like,
but makeup and body modification has been around for centuries.
Yeah,
People
for
did
sure. I'm not
tattoos.
saying-
People used to do, those things to make their necks longer, like for ages. It's just what it is.
I mean, I'm a fan of
and they're all weird stuff. Like even like Aztec culture, they would make people put something in the middle of a baby to go cross-eyed, and that was what was attractive at the time. So yeah, like if you were cross-eyed back in Aztec culture, that was the thing back then.
Damn.
So it's just
Right,
culture
think about it, that was like
that puts the body.
Thing that Dennis, put the camera on me. Like if this.
Nope.
Like obviously not now.
Get some help.
I think there's like a high percentage of women that do it for men, but a lot of people don't
How do you
realize
feel
that a
about a
lot
guy
of
being
women are
taller?
still in
Do you feel like
competition
that's
with
like-
women.
Getting their legs
That's what I
done.
said.
Just
Yeah,
Women
I know.
are in competition
That's why I was
with
like,
men.
it's kind of like 50-50 because as much as you can say, oh, they do it for men, they're doing it to one
I
up the
think now
next
that makes
bitch.
sense.
They're doing
Yes.
hold on.
70-30.
They're doing it to one up the next bitch. They're doing it to one up their homegirls, the bitches closest to them, their family. Like they're
I don't know about
constantly.
Oh, I know about that.
I know what
for
she's
what,
saying.
though? Hold on, though. But for what? If you're trying to one up that other person,
I don't like
is it
being
for
a
what?
one-upper.
For more opportunity, right?
Yes.
In some
You can go that deep, but there's a lot of women that just don't want to see the next bitch doing better. Like
True, but
women
I mean,
are in a
don't
full
get me wrong, I
competition with
think-
their own.
Yeah.
I think everybody should
I've
want to
never
put
felt
their
like
best
that
foot
towards other
forward.
women.
You know what I mean? For instance, one of the biggest flexes for a man, 2 biggest flexes for a man, is bringing that bad bitch into the barbershop and bringing that bad bitch to the family get together, and your uncle's like, "That's you, nephew."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I mean. We get it, but all I was saying is how did we get here?
I don't know.
What? About
Clothes and modesty and stuff
Controlling,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
So now you can go to the next.
No, because I want to talk about what's controlling and see if you had anything. So here's this is just advice for the ladies. If you're with a man that you love, admire, and respect, or somebody that you can see or has proven to you that he's competent and can lead, then the things that he's telling you, especially if he wants you to be his woman, you have to listen to him. Because,
Can I speak on this real quick?
well, let me make my point.
Because I totally agree.
You don't like the word "have to"?
No, what I'm saying is if
Can you say that again? Because I didn't hear it.
It's because I'm living it right now and I don't understand it. I feel like typically I'd be like, no, but like I met someone that I have no idea what the fuck is going on, okay? But like I respect him, I admire him, I believe him. He's so communicative. Like I could talk to him forever, and like the fact that he was honest. What I liked most was like, yeah, I don't want to tell you what to do.
closer to the mic.
I don't want to tell you what to do, so like I told you like, yeah, I don't mind you wearing that shirt. But then like as I was about to leave, he was honest. And I appreciated that because him being honest with me, he had to go within himself and say, hey, do I really like this or not? Like, do I really want to let this girl leave like this or not? Should I just tell her how I feel? And I appreciate the fact that he was honest with himself enough to say, you know what, I'm going to tell her this because she may or may not like it. He knows my personality. He went ahead and said it. And to me, that was like monumental. Like, I was like, thank you.
The
for being-
vulnerability behind it.
And so like when I put it on, it was like, I felt so weird because like I feel like I'm this strong woman and no one tells me what to do, but like the fact that like he was just so gentle with the way he delivered it, like he wasn't demanding, and I respect him, and I see how he leads his life. I see he's healthy and like he has kids, but like he's there for them, and it's just like.
Sounds like you leaned into your femininity.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
and, well, here's the thing. This
I
is
feel
where,
like he let me though. It's the weirdest thing.
well, that's good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
What I was getting at was if you're with that man that you love, admire, and respect, and whether it's new or been there for a while, that man is leading you, and you trust him to lead, which is why you're with him in the first place.
Yeah.
So he's leading you towards making the best decisions for the best possible outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's going out too much or wearing something in particular, because like we said, you're a reflection of your man, and what you do away from your man, people judge that man based on your behavior, and if he can't control you, not in a way of like.
You're like wilding out.
Yeah, if he can't lead you, then that just means he has no control over his household. That he's not a respectable man, and that bleeds into other areas of his life. So say he's a corporate man, and you're at a corporate function, and he brings you there, and you get sloppy drunk, or you're dressed like a whore, and all these other things, and making him look silly. People aren't going to trust him at work. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even control your household. How can you control my money? You know what I'm saying? Again, when you're with that man in the first place, you're not going to argue with him about it because you trust him. So I don't think that, I hear a lot like, oh, he liked me because of what I was wearing. He met me this way, and I'm not going to change, you know? But it's like, when I met you, I wasn't committed to you. I didn't have any value in you yet. You see what I'm saying? I didn't see you as a long-term partner. But now that I do, and I'm heavily invested in you, now everyone can have access to you. You see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily you can't do this, you can't do that. It's a simple fact that, because a lot of women like to say that man's insecure by telling you what you can and can't do, right? But who's more insecure? A man who doesn't like what you're doing and doesn't say anything about it and lets you walk all over him, or a man that lays down his fucking boundaries, what he's okay with, and is willing to let you go if you don't agree?
Yeah.
Who's more insecure?
Technically, that's not controlling.
That's exactly. That's the thing. See, women say it's controlling.
Knowing what you want.
Huh?
It's knowing what you want. He knows what he wants.
And that's exactly what it is. So that's a man that you respect and admire. Is a man who's going to sit there and say, "Listen, this is what these are my boundaries. This is what I expect, and this is what I accept. If that's not okay with you, there's the door."
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's that simple. You don't have to listen to me, but you also don't have any more access to me. You want to go out to the club with your friends, and I said no. You want to go on a girl trip, and I said no. Cool. When you come back, this door, that lock ain't finna be the same. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. If I'm controlling, you know what I mean? Go do it. But understand that I'm not putting up with that shit, and I shouldn't have to.
It's like just having standards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's no different from women having standards. Yeah, because women will sit there and say, he met me like this, I'm not going to change. Well, men aren't going around saying, well, I was fucking bitches when you met me, and I'm not going to change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I say that, but I'm not everybody else. But that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, when you get invested into something, things are going to change. Because you guys are working towards a bigger goal, and that goal is you two and a family. Yes. That ain't got shit to do with nobody else outside these walls.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And they can't change what you guys have built. They're not going to be able to fix that heartbreak when their piss poor advice has you lonely. You see what I'm saying? So just think about the bigger picture. And again, if it's somebody you don't trust to lead you, then no, don't listen. But if you do trust them to lead you, based on their actions, their integrity, what they've already accomplished. You see what I'm saying? It's so funny to me, just like looking at the dating apps or when girls shoot you down or anything like that. It's just like, what are you looking for? Because what some men have to offer that you shoot down could change your life. You know what I'm saying? and you go for the fuckboy because he's exciting. He's.
I think that's just trauma.
No,
Trauma
mean,
bonding and
no,
all
I
this
think
other
that's just,
psychological
here's the thing.
stuff.
What women want in a relationship and what they respond to and are attracted to are two completely different things. You see what I'm saying? So what initially turns you on is somebody who's mysterious, exciting, interesting, potentially dangerous. You know what I mean? These are things that are attractive, like turn you on attractive, not attractive in a partner. This is something that turns you on. So you're more inclined to respond to this man and his approach. The one who's not giving you the attention that you want while everyone else is giving you attention. You know what I mean?
What they can't have.
Exactly. You want what you can't have. And then, but what you want, then since that's what attracted you to him, now you want him to be the man that you want and take care of you, be sweet, be romantic, you know, all of those things. But that's not who he is. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Women want the best of everything. I want you exciting, interesting, dangerous, fun, spontaneous, bad. But then I want you romantic, sweet, cuddly, safe, funny. You know, like all of that into one person. And that's not there's not a lot of those men walking around.
The way they say it is women want Thug Jesus and men want a Virgin Mary stripper.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's how you can boil it down. Like, and all romance movies, they always have those two, right?
She's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, think about it. All romance movies, women are battling between two men.
I want you to be a whore for me. I want to not be able to look you in the eye while you're making breakfast for our children. You know what I mean? Like,
because we did some nasty
shit. Don't drink after mommy. She's disgusting. But don't do that for nobody else. You know what I mean? That's what we want. But anyway, what's the next topic? You wanted to know, how do you support your man?
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of, even like the feminist movement, it's like, well, I could support myself. Like,
yeah, I don't think women care on how to support their man. I want to go around and hear what you guys think.
I posted a thing on my story today that said, women who like basically make fun of pick-me women because they treat men like humans, like that's funny. Like, cause
did you get bad responses?
No, people were saying I got good responses, but like before this podcast, I didn't know what a pick-me show was. And, you know, women hate on other women because hating bitches ain't happy and happy bitches ain't hating.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
And
sprinkle, sprinkle.
And so it's usually the single women that are trying to tell women who are in relationships, like, fuck that man, or stop trying to be a pick-me. Like, it's like, yeah, right. So we're not supposed to be getting picked?
Misery loves company.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like so many people who are like, treat that man like garbage. Like, that's what they are. This is what it is. And so, like, a pick-me is, like, hated on, where it's, like, women being pegged up against each other. But, yeah, so I wanted to know how to support a man, like, especially the women who do either come on the podcast or have, like, reached out. And they're like, okay, so now I'm getting a lot of perspective on, like, what society or my friends or my mom who is traumatized are telling me to be for a man, and now I need to actually know
some people's
what
moms
to
are
be.
Traumatized.
Yeah, like
true.
Okay, well, let's go around. I want to hear what you guys think first, and then we'll let you know. So we'll start with you. What do you think it takes to support a man?
Now that I'm actually in a relationship where I've submitted, silence, submission, support, sandwich. Like, having food ready. What can I do for you? How was your day? Like, but also, like, giving them the space to, you know, men come home and they have to take, like, a long-ass shit and take a shower. Like, you know, that's, like, a thing. It's, like, memes and reels that are, like, where man comes home and he's like, I have to poop. That office reel.
I'm literally sitting by the door like, are you done?
I know. I'd be like, I still be in the bathroom like, hey, how's it going? But now in a relationship, I know that it's the silence, submission, what is it? Sandwich and sex. Oh yeah, sex for sure.
Your heart was like,
I've always
the most important one.
no. I have always been.
I mean, there's no problem in that area. I'm just saying, like, why is that not said yet?
Oh no, sex. No, for real. If your man has had a tough day, just put your hair up and go ahead and do your thing.
Go to town.
Even
Low key, you're not gonna like how this sounds, but it's your duty to fuck your man, your husband.
Oh yeah.
Why is
When-
it
when he
like
wants
such a
to.
problem?
It's to some women it is. It's a huge
I
problem. There's a
know,
lot
I'm
of
like,
sexless
you don't like fuck your
relationships.
man?
But
Yeah,
but
It's crazy because I've had
weird.
friends who
Nailed
are
it.
like, ew, and I'm like,
What?
why would you even have kids with him?
Check
Like,
this
I
out.
just
that's
had a
the only
conversation with
thing?
somebody about that today. I'm like, what? Like,
especially if that man
That
is
makes
handling
no
his
sense.
business.
Yeah.
If that man is doing everything that he needs to do to make sure that your life is easy. If he wants to fuck, you need to fuck.
Oh yeah, I would top you every day.
I know.
There's surety in this.
Nailed it.
You should definitely fuck your man, and you should definitely
Yeah.
be quiet
Yeah.
when you need to be quiet, but also be supportive.
Sandwiches
and
are bomb.
Listen, yeah, make your man food.
sandwiches are
Yeah, the sandwich is a
always-
vague statement for food.
Yeah,
You
like
know what I mean? It
have
doesn't have to
some
be
food
Someone
cooked.
said sandwiches are bomb.
No, yeah, have some food cooked for him, especially if he had a long ass day. Coming home to food, like we know that we're bitches when we're hangry, so
That's true.
and
CTA.
submit too.
CTA, call to action.
Oh yeah. You guys like and subscribe and comment and follow. Do all that shit because we need more people to see these videos.
Boost up the
'Cause motherfuckers is
algo.
learning. You know what I'm saying? It's getting game. Yeah, that's
Send
right.
this to
We
someone
are
who
learning.
needs to
Yeah,
hear it.
send it to somebody. Tag friends. What do you think it takes to support a man?
I would agree with the food. I think that
Really,
Man.
nigga?
Out of everything.
no, I think I agree with sex too. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to take that all in. I would actually like to hear a guy's perspective on that as well. I think that like somewhat emotionally too. Like what?
Keep talking.
I don't know. I was thrown off.
Never mind, he's done.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do
say
you
the
feel like
same
you support
things.
your man right now?
Like I do cook. I take care of the kids.
Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have my daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say the house and the kids too.
Yeah, I think that somebody needs to be running the household too, because
Yeah.
that's a whole job in itself, For sure, like you need to make sure like your kids are like, if you want your kids to be well fed, like home cooked meals, stuff like that, like all
Yeah.
that's super important.
It's just as important. They kind of minimize both. I feel like there's an attack on both women and men because it's the family unit that's under attack. Because there's nothing more stronger than a strong family unit.
Yeah, for sure.
And
especially if like it's like the standard like man, woman, like
traditional. I mean,
Traditional.
that's what
Like
helped us
traditional, that's what I'm
survive
trying to
throughout
say.
how many years?
He said
200,000
she
years.
can cook for me
I
anytime.
know.
Same.
What about you?
Someone said allowing your man to be dominant. Sorry, I just had to read that because it got me distracted.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
if you
no.
feel
There-
it's not needed.
There's women who are more dominant than men though, but maybe that's just because they're in their masculine. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
How would you feel, like supporting your man? What do you think?
I feel like definitely like the household thing.
Yeah.
Like I would try and keep clean. We figured it out. Like I'd give him 30 minutes of just like quiet, and then I'd make sure I'd cook, make sure, the typical shit. Sex. I love sex. So like,
Yeah, who doesn't love
but
sex?
yeah, who doesn't? But something that I'm learning now, and I think it was just the time and place where I was at, and the guy that I was with for a very long time, I could not get out of my masculine. Like I could not, because now that I have the contrast,
A lot of that has to do with him because
Yes.
you're not going to stay
Oh,
in your
absolutely.
masculine if your man is
masculine.
doing what he's supposed to be
Right.
doing.
Facts.
Because you're not going to
I know
want
that
to.
now.
Yeah, and you won't even
I
have
know
to.
that now.
I think that comes with like maturity too.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we
It
had
can,
anybody.
but again, like you could be 18.
I guess it can.
You can be 18, and if you're with a man who's leading you correctly, then you're going to.
Also, that's
to
like the
submit.
parents too. Like if you see your dad
Yeah.
like handling his shit correctly, you're not gonna put up with shit from a bum,
Yeah.
you know. And that's
But
just-
women do
that's
for way too
society.
long. Women, you.
What about
I mean,
any
raise your
women?
hand if you've been dickmatized by the wrong
know.
motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm starting
know,
to
I
think
have
that
to
maybe
think.
I was because I don't understand. Like
Did
hindsight is.
nobody raise their hand?
I'm just like, yeah.
Your turn.
That's
How would you support a man? What does it take to support a man?
a hard question, actually.
Yeah.
I think so.
I feel like at the end of this choice, it's gonna be like, well, you're all wrong because you're single.
Yeah. Right.
What a dick.
That you would.
So I have like two things to touch on, but to answer the question, I do love, to cook and clean and things like that, but I don't feel like that justifies being a good woman. And my main thing for me personally, like what overpowers like the cooking, the cleaning, and maintaining a household is I love doing mental health checks.
I think that's important too.
And-
That's why I said emotional.
Yeah, that's my
Whoa.
first thing. I'm always
I
like,
thought that was a button. Your voice is so like
What?
crispy.
Because you were like right here.
You do got a radio host voice.
Telling you it's not mine.
And I'm
Sorry,
like, what's
go
your
ahead.
Mercury sign?
If you're really close to it, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right.
it sounded like this.
I really, apologize.
Exactly how it sounded.
That's true. It does.
but yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. I'm quick to be like, so how's your mental? Like,
Yeah, I
30
think
day
that's
checkup,
important.
what's going on in your brain, because men don't necessarily like to
Talk.
I don't know, have long drawn out conversations.
Oh, guys have to go check. That's what I was saying.
Where's my gun?
So that's my first thing. I love mental health checkups and just checking to see like where my partner is at or my spouse is out. But I'm not repeating that. And my second thing that I love to do, which is just like this little small thing, after I get my cheeks clapped, I'm making your bed.
That's cute.
But
I'm making
other than
food
that-
for sure.
Other than that, though, I mean, yeah, it is the cooking, the cleaning. It's all around being supportive. I tend to go for men that do have busy lives, and I've mastered everything but being silent.
Yo, that part.
I'm gonna be fucking honest with you. Like, I'm a talker. I want to talk. How'd your day go? What are you doing?
Don't you have a
Who'd talk
Gemini
today?
moon?
Yep.
There you go.
And again, you want to go take a shit? Cool. Can I sit next to you?
Oh wow.
I low key be in the bathtub like, let's talk right now.
Like, I'm serious. I can. And
Shut the f- up.
there was an individual. Well, there was whatever. But dude will sit there and talk to me on FaceTime while he's taking a shit if he really wants to. Like, I love that.
I be trying to pop his pimples while he's on the toilet.
You'd be like,
And he's
"Hey,
like,
come
get
here."
the fuck
I
away
can
from
see
me.
it from over here, and they can't move, right? They can't fight you.
Just because I know silence is supportive doesn't mean I do it all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's probably the one thing I fail at. I agree with everything else.
I
But
think men are gonna
definitely-
hate me for this, but if you ever want to get away with something, do it while
they're
his pants
shitting.
are down. You know what I mean? Like if you want to hit him or anything, we're not fighting with our dicks out. It's just not.
It's like, babe, I have to talk to you about something that's very important.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, though,
Spent all the money.
it's for me.
Whoa! First off,
With me being a double Scorpio, I do have that heavy sex drive, and I have yet to meet someone that actually appreciates it. So,
Do women not have heavy sex drives? Like I just don't know. Like all of you have.
confused.
Me too. I'm super confused on that.
What? We're confused on what? With
That-
the-
Why men are...
Why they think that if the woman they're with doesn't, is that like a thing?
What do you mean?
I mean, we could get tired of the same thing.
Yeah, I mean it's like eating Captain Crunch the same for every meal.
A dog don't get excited for the same meal every day.
Can you
know what I mean?
Google how many sexual
Troy had to
positions
teach me
there are so
how
I
to
can
give
learn all of
head,
them?
so...
Yeah, that's not the internet's business.
No, I'm saying that women maybe they're not as good at it, and so the men doesn't want them.
I mean, yeah, women. There's a lot of women that do just like. The guy does all
Oh,
the
wait,
performance.
first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Troy, I need a fact check. I need you to Google how many sexual positions there are in the world, even though I'll probably still make some
The
up.
Kama Sutra's like a lot.
That's like a
But
dictionary.
I
That's
really
the
want to
Bible of
know
sex.
because if you
300
guys,
there's a
here's
book,
my thing.
Karma
If you guys
Sutra.
can sit here and think of someone's sex as being like Captain Crunch every fucking morning and you get tired of it, find a bitch that does every single thing.
It's not even about the positions. It's about
just
the simple
becomes
fact.
routine?
Yeah, it's about the simple fact that I know.
What it feel like?
I know.
I was saying
I
like
know
with
what's gonna
women,
happen.
but
I mean, you
That's what I'm
gotta-
saying. So if I know
women
all the
have low
things,
sex
you don't know
drive,
what's
right?
coming
That's what
next.
you're saying?
Yeah, no, but I know you, and it's men like variety. At the end of the day, men like variety. Erectile dysfunction for like older couples and all that other stuff. Majority of that has to do with he's just tired of fucking you.
Okay, I'll get a wig.
You know what I mean? But that's not gonna change anything. It's still you. It's still your body. It's you know what I mean? Like that's why men either of high status or broke dudes cheat. You know what I mean? We have a drive for sexual variety,
Just to have something
which
to
is
do?
why corn is huge. Why OnlyFans is huge. Why women can monetize sexuality. Men can't monetize their sexuality. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Not to the extent that women can. We can't start an OnlyFans and make $50,000.
Oh, we can't monetize it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So because men are so hungry for different things, I mean, if you look at the man's porn or search history, I need to stop saying the damn word. You'd be disgusted. You know what I'm saying with the shit that he's looking
They'd be
up.
as disgusting looking at mine.
Yeah, I mean, but women's is pretty much the same thing. It's fucking BBC and or lesbians.
Nope.
or lesbians.
Not true.
But
Emotional
men are looking at
damage.
Asians. They're looking at teachers. They're looking at MILFs. They're looking at big boobs, big butts, whatever. You know what I mean? And shut up, Denison. If you want to spice it up, bring another girl. It's that simple. But I mean, that's for
This guy.
I'm trying to see how I think about that, and I agree for sure. And then there's a part of me that doesn't agree because of what my past relationship we did.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, but bro, I went from being.
How long was it?
Bro, I went from having a lot of fuck buddies to just only being with her, and I have a high sex drive as well. And I mean, I was the one that was doing more of the creative stuff, but the more creative and different it was never really the same sex, like back to back at all. And that was exciting. It could be anywhere. We could pull over in a car. We can go to a park.
How long were you with her?
2 to 3 years.
Okay.
And I'm talking about like 3 times a day type
I know
stuff.
that's still
It's like,
honeymoon phase, and then again, level
Yeah,
of
that's
attraction
3
is
years.
huge. That I agree with him 100%. If you really want to spice it up, different places,
and a huge
spontaneous, and come on to him. Because a lot of times men are the ones initiating the sex. There's nothing sexier than you coming on to me. We
That's
want
true.
to be desired. You know what I'm saying? So
Also,
if I'm, let's just say I'm in the garage trying to fix something or going through my tools, you know what I'm saying? Like if you bend yourself up over something and like tell me to come get it, I can fix this later. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or distract the kids for 12 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Like
Nailed it.
You know what I mean? Those kind of things. Like go outside.
Like, don't come in here.
You know what I mean? Those
Watch
kind of
that
things.
movie.
Yeah,
Don't
right?
leave the couch.
Those kind of things in the car. You know what I mean? There's nothing better than spontaneous road hit. That type of shit. But again, it does have to be worked on. It has to be discussed. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I just don't think monogamy has ever worked. I don't think it's ever going to work. I don't think that it's true or honest because I know a lot of people lie and step out, especially men. That's what hookers are for. That's what secretaries are for. That's what massage places are for, is just to have somebody else touch your thing. That's just how we are. That's how we're wired. Even back to biblical times, many of the men in the Bible had wives and concubines. And today it's no different. The men are, women are majority of women are looking at the top tier guys and all going for the same type of man, and that man has options. So then you say everybody's a fuckboy, but the only ones who are fuckboys are ones who are capable of being fuckboys. And women fail to understand that you guys are all attracted to the same type of guys. So if that guy cheated on you, it's because he has access to other women. But most men are invisible to you and don't have access to other women. So if you want somebody who's not going to step out on you, you're going to have to lower your standards. It just is what it is.
I would say, I've been wanting to say this, and I know the red pill is not going to like this. Part of me saying this is, I agree. I think naturally and biologically, men have been driven to be able to procreate. And I mentioned the rat experiment where every time they brought in a new rat, the guy kept having sex. But when it was the same rat, he would stop having sex with the rat eventually. Although I do believe biologically men have that imperative to do that, I also believe that a man that knows how to override his natural instincts for the greater higher up. I think relationships that are dependent on God or something spiritual of high value, then we can, I think a guy that can override his sexual urge to go out there and sleep with other women and use that for his family, that attention and that energy towards building his family. But it's also, I think we are here to develop awareness and to be the best version of ourselves. And if you can't control your sexual urges as a guy, I don't think you have passed the test of being a guy. Well, I think that's me personally.
I feel you, but again, like I said, even with the spirituality, the men in the Bible had multiple wives. You find a wife, it's a good thing, and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And it's always been from the most primitive of things, even with the spirituality and tribes and all that other stuff. The best man is the one who got the women pregnant. Throughout history, only 40% of men have procreated, 80% of women have. So it's always been at least 2-to-1 when it comes to men to women. Mm-hmm. And the point is that I forget what I don't know how to word it. It's just the way that I don't think you're far from spirituality by exercising
sexual discipline.
Huh?
Sexual discipline.
Yeah, but well, no, spirituality or sexual discipline by exercising the ability to do so. What I'm saying is like you can still be the best version of yourself and give your energy to your families, whatever the case may be, while spreading that out because you've worked hard enough to do so. As a man, you don't have value until it's created. The woman is born with the value. She has what men want. Mm-hmm. She already has it. Her only job is to use it responsibly and not fuck it up.
Preserve
it. Exactly, preserve it. But women today want to throw it out there and do whatever they want. And then when they're done doing that, try and lock down the best available man. And it's like, well, what are you offering me that I can't get from just being single or another woman besides some pre-used pussy? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you don't work as hard as you do as a man to become attractive to women or for anything. You don't work really hard to make a lot of money to just stop at a certain area. Like, you know what? $1.2 million, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, there's always room for more. The world and life is abundant. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that it's a problem to exercise that.
No, I don't think it's a problem. But spiritually, if you look at any self-help book and self-improvement and spiritual books and religious books, yeah, we talk about women having the power, but guys forgot the power of their seed. When women have sex with us, what tends to happen is women are energetic the next day, right? Because we spilled the seed. We're the ones who are relaxed. We don't have that much vigor. We don't have that much willpower. This is why MMA fighters and boxers, this is a big controversy thing, is do you have sex before you fight? And the answer is no. Because you have our aggression. We have Mantak Chia. I recommend a lot of men to read that book. It's The Way to the Multi-Orgasm Man. You're not spreading your seed. You're not leaking your battery juice per se, right? And I as long as a guy is not just spreading his seed just willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly.
My lips won't allow me to say it. And knows that he has value there. And then when he gives a woman his seed, that she is benefiting from that seed, then he should be able to hold himself to a standard of like, yes, I could spread my seed, but do you deserve this seed? And I'm saying that from a selective, just don't have sex with any random woman.
No, I 100% agree. Shouldn't be beaten off all the time, and you shouldn't. I couldn't even tell you the last time I did it. But also, for most men, with the exception of beaten off, they can't spread their seed because they're not of value to do so.
But if
see what I'm saying?
But if they don't,
here's what I'm saying.
Just a real quick thing. But if they don't spread their seed, women do pick up when a guy has a lot of sexual energy. Women have like a sixth sense for guys with energy. There's something about him. He either has financial energy or he has a sexual alert to him. There's something. So I'm just saying it could increase their odds.
I get that, but what I'm saying is I'm not saying that you should just be fucking any and all the time.
Yeah.
I'm saying that you have earned the right to do so.
Yeah, if you want to.
That's all I'm saying. And it's like the reels or whatever, walking in on your billionaire boyfriend cheating, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you guys need anything?" You know what I mean? Like, if you have that man that is taking care of everything you need to take care of, you're not going anywhere. Especially when, again, the dating pool has piss in it. You guys don't have a huge selection of qualified men. So if you find a qualified man, don't worry about other bitches, because guess what? Those other bitches got a moment. You get everything. That moment doesn't have anything to do with you because men are not emotionally tied to sex.
Sure.
So it's just different. You know what I'm saying? Men and women are not the same. We're not equal. Men and men aren't even equal. So how in the hell can men and women be equal? You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's very fucking clear because there's a lot of men that you don't respect, that can't do anything, that you look at as weak, that you look at as incompetent, that you look at as soft and sorry.
Then you don't give them your time.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that are rarer than the ones that aren't.
For sure.
It's just that simple. Because the amount of things that a woman needs to find a man attractive, when you find that man, you don't think other women notice that shit too? And again, since you've always been able to choose who you sleep with and we haven't, when we get to a point where we have at least more choice, we still can't choose because there ain't a woman in my phone.
So like a high value
except for this one that I can say, come bust it open for me, and she's dropping what she's doing and coming over. But you guys could text somebody right now and say, come get this pussy, and he's on his way.
He clocking out of work.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, fuck my wife and kids.
Hey, dudes will sneak out of bed. Oh, homie got a flat tire. I gotta go help him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just different. But
pussy got power.
And
did we ever answer what it takes to please the man?
What?
Yeah, no, you guys didn't give it. You guys didn't give it from a male's perspective.
I'll say
you were like asking.
No, to support a man.
Yeah, I'll say mine very concisely.
What did we have any of?
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I'll say it very concisely because I was thinking about this. Supportive, rejuvenating, nourishing, nurturing, submissive, and feminine. I feel like a woman in her feminine power, a guy goes out there, he goes to war, and he's competing with the whole world, and he could come back to his woman, and she replenishes and nourishes and rejuvenates him to go back to war again. And that's like the way nurturing. I kind of, that women feminine power. Yeah, you feel at home when you're with that.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's a good way to support your man.
Yeah, it's so much easier than women even realize. Sex when he needs it. Silence when he needs it, submission all the time, and food. But the biggest thing is to be respectful and peaceful. Now, because of what he just said, and I don't think women understand this, because you don't have to do what we do to achieve what we achieve. Even women who are working their asses off still don't have to do what we do. The really ultra successful woman isn't doing that to attract a man. She's doing that to be extremely independent of a man. Men are doing it to have women depend on them. You see what I'm saying? Now, that being said, it is a competitive world. Everything we do, from work to the gym to playing a sport to providing for you, providing for our families, is a grind. It's outrageously stressful, and so many men have such tiny sexual access to women that they're so damn frustrated. Those are the ones you need to mentally check on their health. You know what I'm saying? It's the guys who aren't fucking, because the ones who aren't fucking are the ones committing the crimes.
Yes,
those are the, for
Really?
real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are the ones who are offing themselves. Is the men who women are fucking mean to. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it's their fault. They're not holding up their end of the bargain. They don't cut their hair. They don't dress well. You know what I mean?
That's
they
true.
do need to work on themselves for sure. But what I mean is being the peace. So for instance, when I come home, there are some, put it this way, leave me the fuck alone when I leave here. Period. Leave him alone when he leaves here. He's already dealing with stress. Leave him alone. If you can text him your question, text him your fucking question. He will get back
like,
to
Jessica, are you
when he can. And I'm dead ass serious, because that I need to take a long poop when I get home. That's because you've been talking to me all fucking day.
Relax.
No, not you. I'm just saying in general, this is how men feel.
Yeah.
But if I haven't heard from you all day, I'm not going to go straight to the fucking bathroom. I'm going to come give you a hug, sit down for a minute and relax, because I miss you. Give me a fucking chance to miss you. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And women do this
It's like a
bullshit
rubber band.
today, especially. Stop FaceTiming your fucking man. You're not doing that because you want to see him. You're doing that to see what the fuck he's doing and where he's at. Okay? So cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? If you have children or something like that, and the kids want to talk to him, text him and say, hey, the kids want to talk to you, and let him call you. You see what I'm saying? But stop acting like your man is not busy. He is outside working to provide for you. Okay? So stop being annoying and bothering him while he's gone. Give him a chance to miss you. And then when he comes home, be peaceful, because what he wants to do now is relax. And there is nothing more relaxing than a woman's body.
Yep.
And that's when we want to cuddle. And that's when we want to hold you. And that's when your importance and value is through the fucking roof, because I can relax and breathe and drop my shoulders and feel, now I feel safe. You feel safe because you know that I can handle myself and provide and protect for you. Well, I feel safe when I can let my fucking guard down and put my arms around you.
Sensational.
So that's how you support your man.
Yes, I will give that a stamp of approval. And just because we don't talk, guys, we can hang out and not talk. Like, guys can hang out and not talk, and we will love it. Just because we're not talking to you does not mean we feel some type of way with you that day.
We got anything on our mind.
Yeah, we just don't. That's that ultimate peace. It's like nothing. Yeah. There's nothing going on.
What are you thinking about? Oh shit! I wasn't thinking, but now
I'm thinking about
thinking. What
Really,
was I
nigga?
thinking about?
So don't take it personal when a guy just wants his peace, and just like what he said, just supporting, just touch. We're good.
Yeah.
That says a whole lot. Just doing that says a whole lot. So
I feel like men are made to be the little spoon.
Yeah.
Men are made to be the little spoon.
hey, I was a little cuddler.
I think cuddling is so important.
Yo,
like the heck, like
there ain't nothing better than that bottom half of a woman just holding on to that shit and laying in bed. I'll tell you that right now.
Feeling that heat.
Yeah, right.
Bruh.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat. A lot of heat and a lot of meat. All right.
You got real passionate on that part.
I felt
Everyone
it.
was
Yeah.
like, Jessica, you're a piece of shit.
All
He's
right,
talking to everybody, not just me. I know.
yeah, I'm definitely not just talking to you, but and I did get passionate about that because I will use you as an example. You call all the fucking time, and my clients are very impressed with how I handle those calls, because we all laugh as soon as we get off the fucking call. As soon as you hang up the phone, I'm like, everything she just said was textable, and they're like, I know, I can't stand when my fucking wife.
But
does
if
that.
she wasn't doing that, she wouldn't be her.
Be here?
Be her.
Oh, for sure. But I need you to be you for me. You know what I mean?
I've gotten better.
Let's have some fun now, though. But no, what I was saying. No, but what I was saying is that so many of my clients are like that. Like she calls all the time about nothing. You know what I mean? About nothing.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, and we just laugh about it, and they're like, you handle that way better than I do, because I get mad. They're like, I get mad. I'm like, stop fucking calling me. You could have texted me that, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, I'm
the worst. I won't call you.
I've gotten better at even being,
you won't call?
being mean about it. I just
Right.
make
I
sure
know
my
there's
facial
some women who
expression
won't
says-
call or super avoidant too. There's some women who won't call. Like she just said she won't.
I just.
Well, not like I'm not
Like
saying
I
you're
said, I think
avoidant.
I
I'm just
have
saying there's
fucking
some women
space.
who are avoidant. They're like, damn, like
Yeah,
you're bugging me.
The majority of men that I've dated or entertained or anything like that, they've always been super fucking busy, and it just got to the point where I was like,
That makes
for
sense.
What? But it's almost like the reason I don't call is because of the fact I'm so used to getting the cussed out version. So now it's like when I do call, I'm like, are you busy?
I'll just send one long ass text like, hey, this, and this,
I know,
and this,
I
and this,
text,
and this.
like now I
And
do,
then-
I text.
but
It
nothing
doesn't
bad,
even-
like
doesn't
just
even-
like
you don't even
updates.
have to send
It's to the
anything
point-
long. Just text. All right, how about this? Say, hey, call me when you get a chance.
Yeah, I
that's
do
a
that
good-
now,
that's
but
better.
it's to the
You know what I'm
point
saying?
now
Yeah.
where if like
Call
a
me when you
man
get a
starts
chance.
and I start
True.
talking and he's calling me too much, I'm like, bro, you gotta stop fucking calling me.
Check
Why are you
this out.
calling me so much? You're not busy enough.
You know what?
It has a lot to do with
You
attachment
know what?
styles.
Call me when you get a chance is gonna get you an immediate fucking phone call.
Oh, I know.
Because we're gonna think what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you call me for nothing, then
Yeah.
I
I'm
saw
like,
this thing and it was like,
because we would literally have to stop what we're doing
Right.
to talk to you, and it's like, I like especially
Just
me at work
block
after-
me when you leave the house. Okay.
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
oh no, I saw this thing and it was like, basically if you call your man and he doesn't answer, just say, oh no, it's fine. Like, I needed help with something. Do you know? You said the sprinkle. How does it go?
She said that. Oh, it's fine. I needed help. Like,
But
changing
this
my
man
tire
helped
or
me.
something
He'll
like
call you
that.
back
But this-
right away.
Yeah, but this man came and helped me with my tire. He was really nice. This, that, and the other, yada yada yada. And then they'll call you ASAP and be like, "Who the fuck helped you?"
And then
with
the
your
next
tire?
time they're gonna answer.
Like, well, you should
time you
answer the
call.
fucking phone.
Yeah, but don't play
Right.
those games.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, all right, let's have some fun.
That's where the pick me.
Stop it.
Is that pick me?
Should a man tell you if he has a small penis?
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about
Does that sound fun? Should a man tell you?
Should that be exposed in the beginning?
I mean, why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
Like, for real. If you care about what's inside his heart. No, I'm just fucking around.
He's got to be really.
No, I don't think
He's
a guy
gotta have a really
should.
big heart then.
A guy shouldn't.
Hopefully he knows how to use
A
it.
big heart.
Okay, so the question is, should he tell you? If you don't want me to run away, just hold off as long as you possibly can.
Emotional damage.
I don't know. I don't, honestly,
So you're still gonna do it anyway if he pulls out that?
no. But I'm just saying, if you want to keep me around longer, don't tell me.
Pin cap?
If you
I was about to say,
wanna-
what's
If you
little?
want to keep me around,
Can we
longer,
define little,
don't,
please?
don't tell me. But I've been in earlier, Jessica, you, when we brought that up, you were like, I only do oral or something like that, and it's usually the men that are like instantly attracted to giving you oral that are immediately. I'm like, small dick.
You're like, you must be lacking somewhere else.
You are, because that's your go-to.
And this has been
And I
proven
don't
true?
know every time.
Oh, shit.
And I can't say every time because it's not something.
So if
that
you
happens.
do have a small dick, do not do oral. Abort mission.
It's so funny because I feel
Like, I don't know
some
which way
women-
you should go about
Some
it.
women would be like, if you don't go down on me, you're not getting this pussy. But if you do go down on me and you're good at it, you have a small dick.
No, it's just the conversation of it. Like if that's the first thing that you bring up, or like that's the first thing you go for, and you're taking a little longer than.
Oh, you're just
a
not picking up
normal-
on men's games. If he's starting with that, it's because he's trying to find the easiest way to get your clothes off, and by offering to please you.
I'm saying the conversation that ensues prior to, like, I know when a man has a big dick. He has big dick energy. Period.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's totally a fair.
I can always tell by the way
But-
a man moves. There's been some that have like scoot to the side and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, okay. The fact that you didn't drop your drawers the moment I touched you, you got a problem. So,
I guess it's fair.
don't tell me if you want to keep me around longer.
Don't tell me. but what if, I mean, once you find out, what you finna do? Oh, that's so mean.
Oh, that's...
Get your dick games up, fellas.
Just because...
I
Get some
know
cosmetic.
I know my sex drive is too high to
You're like,
to do
sorry,
it.
I'm not
I feel
going.
bad, but
Get
I
some
don't.
dick.
What if he's like a specialist? Like he's just so good at going down.
specialist.
Yeah, like he's good at going down. It's just like, damn,
A special.
I never had it like this before. What if he can make up for
He
it?
has like
other
a drawer
avenues?
full of toys.
Well, it's too much info. I can't say that. But I personally wouldn't care
You wouldn't
if he
think that
could
was
or
weird
if
if
he
a man
wouldn't.
showed up with his own fucking toys?
I know, right?
Whoa.
He's like, so
Yeah.
For her, you know what I mean? Like,
Like, how many
You better make sure.
I brought
Use
this
this on
rose
everyone?
with
Like-
me. I just-
No thanks.
There's
Ew.
awesome reviews on Amazon.
Did you disinfect that?
he has a
Like,
strap on.
because he likes getting pegged.
Ew.
That's for his own benefit. Not
Gross.
yours.
What do you think?
All right,
Should I
guys.
tell you?
No, because then it's gonna go into my head. You just gotta surprise me with it, and I'll probably still go for it because like I like sex that much. I'm like, how bad can it be? And then curiosity kills the cat. Like, let's find out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So he's a good salesman.
Yeah. And but if he
He's a
can
good
like,
salesman.
you know,
Seller on it.
I'll let you know how bad it can be.
Nobody wants
So.
to play put it back.
Surprise, surprise.
shut up.
I could just picture.
Surprising.
I could just picture the validation. This is enough
Have you
dick
guys
for you,
ever-
right? No, like seriously, right?
Oh god.
You need me to stop going so hard?
Does this hurt?
I don't even want to answer that. I don't know. It's
Shit,
such a
he
weird
tell
question.
you.
Has anybody
Okay.
ever told you guys that they had a small dick? Like, I think that's a better
I had guys
question.
tell me.
That you had
You
some-
have had so many times.
Yeah,
He was so insecure though. Nothing ever happened. He just was like,
I think that's always a surprise.
nah, like, I'm never doing anything with you because this is the reason. And I was like, this is the saddest thing.
This is.
If I had to choose, I would choose a small one over a skinny one.
I mean, it's always good to be honest, right?
Just saying.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. They have to define it.
What?
If
said
it's
it's always
small
good
and
to be
girthy,
honest.
that's fine.
specific.
It's girth. If it's small and
If
girthy,
it's small and
it's-
girthy,
it seems to be okay.
Yeah.
That's
as
true.
long as it's not
Fine.
skinny.
That's a pencil. Like,
Dick
No
weight,
noodles.
fellas.
who wants a long,
noodle rats.
skinny,
Get your little
No.
2-pound
little hot
dumbbell.
dog? Not even
Please tell me you've seen one.
Do some jumping jacks. You-
Maybe that sounds so gay. Maybe we can make a niche of motivation for that. 2 more reps. You got it. Pump that dick.
pause.
Yeah, let me say pause. Hey, but it's a niche.
Gotta make sure your dick's jacked and vascular. This.
Gotcha, bitch.
But anyway,
All right.
So what'd you say? You said no? Or what'd you say?
I said, has anybody like
She
ever
didn't
told you?
answer.
I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that. I'd be like, cool. Great.
Story, bro.
Look
Let's
at
go
Doc.
find
He
out.
says, I got this thing for you in my prison wallet.
what's the thirstiest? I got this thing for you in my prison wallet. What's the thirstiest / simpest thing a man's either done for you or like sent you in a DM?
Ooh, that's a good one.
We'll go. You'll start here first. The
I think
thirstiest.
I think there's a disclaimer that I was in 2 long relationships before I was with you, so it's like there wasn't a lot of that. Like there wasn't a lot of social media, like people in my DMs who were trying to do things
In person, what's the juiciest? Like, what's the first thing
There's
that comes to
stuff
mind?
in like your message requests or whatever, but nothing past a message request that like I actually
So that
saw.
was a fucking lie.
So you're saying like a thirsty message?
Yeah.
Someone in my message request said, I heard that pussy's fat like Garfield. And I was like, what the actual fuck? Like who responded
He's
to
a
that?
90s baby, first of all. I could already tell his age group just
I'm
for saying that.
like, but I mean, there's never, you know how some people will like out people and like put screenshot message requests or like put it out there. I've never been like, I think that's really dirty.
Yeah, don't do
but-
that shit. That shit's lame.
Yeah.
You only look stupid on yourself.
I'm
like,
like,
I don't know why women put men on blast. Like, especially because, like, any screenshot, women will send men that they're talking to screenshots of other men and what they're saying to them, and it's like what you don't realize is, sweetheart, you're a fucking easy target. He didn't respect you. That's the reason he said the shit that he said. So you don't look cool by outing that man, because we all talk to all of y'all like that. So if he's, men choose who gets commitment. You get to choose who you sleep with, but men choose who they commit to. So if you're screenshotting the shit that men say to you, you look silly because he never would take you serious any fucking way. He's just trying to smash. So, like, why you think you're cute by showing that men are talking to you in a disrespectful manner or a thirsty manner? You know what I mean? Like, he don't want you. He just wants some pussy. And you seem like an easy target. So don't do that.
Yeah, that was a total random person I didn't know. But yeah, as far as I was in a relationship for 5 years, and then that other one was just like on and off, and I wasn't like, most of my followers have always been women, so I haven't really gotten messages like that. But I did have a random one like that.
That's funny. What about you? So thirsty
I'm trying to think. Probably like if I don't reply, they just keep writing stuff. I don't know, like just talking to themselves, and I kind of feel bad.
Man, stop doing that.
Yes.
And then I'm just like I never write back, but I'm like I don't know.
But see, that's why men are so mentally unhealthy, because women are mean.
I don't. Is that mean?
Yes, it is mean. Either say hi, I'm not interested, or whatever. But
I may have like.
But think about it this way: if you said hi to somebody and they looked at you. And then looked away from you. How would that make you feel? Versus
but it's in like an inbox. Like if somebody was talking to me.
It's seen. You know what I'm saying?
Not always.
Well, unless it's in a request.
Like a request, like somebody who like I don't follow, I don't know, and then I see it in the request. I'm like, oh, I just don't want to reply. They can't see that I seen it, you know. Yeah, and then I don't make sure I see it so they know. Like I saw it, I left them on red. I just don't. I'll just delete it.
Put your phone down, rude.
I was trying to give you a valid answer.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that too.
She's researching.
But that's like the only thing. Like I just might not reply, but it's because maybe somebody wrote something like weird or something. You know, just like something I would not reply to. Like I'm not gonna give my attention to that.
Evidence?
What you got?
True.
I already shared this.
Okay.
Last time.
Share it again.
Oh.
I wasn't.
Share it again.
I can't
share it
remember.
again. These people didn't see it.
Well, okay, going back to where like you don't respond, right? That
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
but then
I won't read it.
But then it's mean, right? So then you try to be polite.
That's
okay.
true.
And then that gets misconstrued somehow, and then it ends up with a guy saying he wants to eat your booty hole.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, bro, how did it escalate? Like I just
that's true. Like I think that some women are able to tell if guys are gonna be like super creepy, stalkerish kind of.
From a guy's perspective,
difference.
There's something innately in us to kind of push past the boundaries. So I think if women have to learn how to say,
no,
how to be
thank
firm.
you.
Yeah, you can still be sweet
no,
but being
before,
firm.
like,
because if there's any no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. That doesn't sound like no, sorry, I'm not interested.
So you go straight to let me eat your ass?
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about
how to reject those guys, and even the ones who you're still gonna get a few guys who are like, well, fuck you, ain't that fine anyway, bitch. Like you're still gonna get that shit. But don't say I have a boyfriend. Don't say anything. If you want that guy to stop talking to you because you're truly not interested.
No, thank you. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, don't even
say thank you.
Don't even say thank you.
Just no, I'm not interested.
Yeah, say I'm not interested.
That's true.
I'm not. You can say I'm
it's
not
like
interested.
Leaving a little
please
gateway
stop.
for people.
You know what I mean?
Or something.
Like, just give him
no
the
room for interpretation.
Yeah.
Give him the very
True.
direct. Please stop. I'm not interested.
No.
You know what I mean? Because that way at least he won't feel, or he's gonna feel rejection, but it won't be as bad as just like, you don't see me at all. You know what I mean? I'm meaningless to you. You know what I mean? At least you had enough. What's the word I'm looking for?
Just like a
acknowledgement of who he is.
Yeah, you had integrity as a person to treat me like a person and tell me, hey, not interested at all.
There's also a lot of spam too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So it's like hard to.
What you got?
Tell.
I honestly, if you would have asked me this yesterday, I could have given you some very interesting messages that I've received.
Just tell us.
Very thirsty and stuff. I can't think of them at the top of my head because
you
it's kind of like.
And what stood out?
I see them and I'm just like. But the things that make me cringe more so than are thirsty is like when a man I've never met, or even the ones that I have met or seen in passing, they're like, I miss you.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
And that shit, I'm like, bro, what?
Ew.
Men are weird. We're weird. Yeah, stop being weird.
Like that right there.
It's
like,
weird,
bro. Like, you know.
I feel like guys just don't know what to say.
They have very bad interactions with. Okay, what I hear. Wait. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Because I got.
I don't like that. Don't tell me you miss me. Don't say good morning, baby. Like, shit like that is just, it makes me fucking cringe. And then the other thing is, like, I've done the, hey, I'm not interested, and been straightforward. It's me. Come on now. Like, I've done the straightforwardness, and a week later it'll be, come on, you know, I could treat you like a queen. Like, you've never been with anybody.
From there,
like
just say stop.
Yep.
Get some help. I'll be like, bro, I'm straight. I'm good.
I think everybody's experienced that. Like when you're like, no, and then like they just keep trying.
Okay, well, at least give it
when
that.
has a man listened when we say stop? Because literally this happened to me the other day. I had to block him because I was on Instagram.
That's why
I want to say this
because to not answering.
We were talking about when women wear anything. To me, I just can't fathom that women have to understand that guys are, from an IQ perspective, are on the high end and the very low end. So if you tell an aggressive, low IQ guy to stop, he's not going to interpret that. And the reason why I brought up what women wear is because, yeah, you might be getting attention, but you're going to attract wrongful attention from a guy who's going to not have, he hasn't probably had sex in a long time, low IQ and aggressive. You're just putting yourself in unnecessary situations. That's the way I believe it.
What he was saying is on the IQ spectrum for men either dominate at the top or they're way at the bottom. They don't hover in the middle. A lot of women hover in the middle.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of women hover in the middle or high.
Like, so they're either dumb or they're not.
So do I need to like be like, yo, dumbass, leave me alone? Like,
no, honestly, just get the heck out of there.
Well, what I was saying,
that doesn't work either.
Those dumb aggressive ones are also the ones who tend to be violent and do dumb shit.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too. That's why I don't.
So it's no, I'm not interested. If he persists, that's when you can ignore him. But at least give him the courtesy of a no, I'm not interested. What I do want to know is, what is the smoothest pickup line you've ever gotten? And we'll go back around this one.
I mean, you don't want to know what a guy's...
Here, what is your thirstiest DM?
Yo, so this dude... Nah, nothing too crazy.
He wants to know your name.
Who just kept on messaging me.
Can you reintroduce yourself really quick?
What?
They're asking your name.
Guy in the blue.
Blue hat.
James.
James. I don't like James. James is like, you say James in a room, like 5 people are gonna turn around. Sucks. All right.
What were you gonna say?
Emotional
damage. The smoothest pickup line.
No. He was gonna talk about his thirstiest.
I don't believe in pickup lines.
No, tell us about your thirstiest.
I was just messing around.
Come on,
really?
Yeah. I don't disclose that. I think when a woman is thirsty, that's a huge compliment. So.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Yes, we want to be desired, men. See, you guys don't like being catcalled. We want to be catcalled.
I feel like your world is just shocked right
we're
now.
We're not the same. We're completely different. We don't get compliments. Men are, we're not getting fire emojis. We're not getting heart emojis.
Speak for yourself.
I get a lot of compliments.
Not on the same level as a woman does. You know what I mean? Like, every now and again, for sure. But the most we get, like when I post my selfies and all that other stuff, is the little ass heart that I don't even see unless I look at who looks at my story. But I'm not nosy, so I don't go and see who looks at my fucking story. I don't go through my likes. I don't do any of that. The only way I'm going to see if you giving me a compliment is if you send the fire emoji or say, damn, you look good or something like that. But that rarely happens to us. So, yes, I want to be whistled at while I'm walking down the street by a car full of bitches. Yes, absolutely.
He's in his gray shorts, his hoochie daddy shorts. I'm like, how many compliments you get today, Daddy?
And you pretend you don't hear it?
Yeah.
He's like, damn, Daddy.
He's literally gonna cheese and dig.
I'm gonna blush for me.
Just wait. When he has abs, he's gonna have like a cooking show. He's in fucking
for sure.
hoochie
Don't let me
shorts.
get abs. I'm doing this podcast shirtless. I'm going to work shirtless.
Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
But what is the smoothest pickup line you guys have had? What's the one that worked? You.
The one that worked.
You looking at me?
Yeah.
Disclaimer: I got injured in Tulum. My head hurts. So these microphone head thingies are chopped.
Well, we thank you for
fell on a coral reef
for pushing through.
I actually fell like in the cenote and like slipped because they had like this rubber mat, but that was dumb. But Mexican inventions, you know. But I slipped and like hit my head in the cenote. I could say that. Just like they say nigger rigged, it was a Mexican invention. So I hit my head on the cenote, the rocks. Ouch. It's okay. I saw a turtle after. It was awesome.
Nice.
That made everything.
Was it real? No.
Squirrel. It was definitely a squirrel moment. The smoothest thing, I can't really pinpoint like the smoothest DM or message itself, but I've had a smooth like lead into okay, well, I'm trying to see you.
How'd that go?
Great.
No, I'm saying,
Tell the process.
Men need to know what to say to women. A lot of men don't know what to say to women.
Well, so I ignored his DM the first time, and then he doubled back like a month later and was like, "Are you still in AZ?" And for whatever reason, I responded, and I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I'll be out there at X, Y, and Z. I'm trying to make sure." He was like, "I'm trying to make sure I see you while I'm there." For whatever reason,
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what that is. I know what it was.
It's the dominance, the assertiveness.
And that's
He
right.
He knew he wanted it, and he said
well,
it.
But like in a smooth, like the way that they put it
It's
together.
like when you ask him out on a date, like, "Hey, be ready at 8" type shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
So
I don't understand that because he didn't build any incentive or
Well, she was attracted to him, obviously.
He wasn't creepy.
honestly,
and he
I
was
wasn't.
very to
I
the
didn't
point.
even really go. Like I had met him probably like the summer before. Well, I can't say I wasn't attracted to him, but I remember meeting him like the summer before. I didn't go to his Instagram before. Like I responded to him or before, but when I read that itself,
Like the way he came off.
yeah, the me being attracted and even remembering who the fuck he was just didn't even
You're like, wait a
resonate.
minute.
Yeah,
Like you're trying to, like the effort.
I read it, and then he
think.
followed it up with another message after that, and then I don't remember if I responded that day. I think I actually ignored it, and then the day I remembered he was coming, I messaged him, and ended up seeing him the following day. It was great, but yeah, it was that itself. It was I'm trying to make sure that I see you. It's like I'm trying to make time. I'm trying to make sure I make time for you in between what I'm doing, because I already knew that his trip for what he was coming for was going to be jam packed. But it was I'm trying to make sure that right there. Make sure.
I didn't know he was not from AZ. That makes a big difference. All right.
No, he was coming into town.
What about you?
Vanessa.
I don't fucking know. I don't
You got
know.
nothing good? Ain't
No,
nobody said nothing good?
I mean-
No smooth pickup lines?
They're usually corny.
Corny ones are...
The corny ones work.
Yeah.
Do they? I
Yeah,
don't
they
think-
do.
I
If you
might.
get her to laugh a little bit.
That's true.
You know what's been working for me on the dating apps?
Tell us.
Is I just say, "Hey, how you doing? Happy birthday!" And they're like, "What makes you think it's my birthday?" And I was like, "Oh, that damn cake you got,
Oh God.
Bro.
instant laugh." Instant laugh, and the conversation goes.
All throughout high school, my best friend, he pulled so many women, and he would just say the cheesiest things. And I'm like, in my head, there's no way that's gonna work. And it works. I don't know. He'd be saying some funny stuff.
Yeah,
But
if you can make a woman laugh, that can get
You can, you know what
That's
else has been
true.
working for me? Because they always ask, "So what do you do for a living?" And I say something stupid like, "I'm a white slave trader," or
oh my god,
or
Shock value.
a
Jessica's like, we're gonna talk about this later.
disposable lighter repairman.
just something just off.
Like,
Random.
don't worry about what the fuck I do
Yeah.
for a living, bitch. Like, I'm not really interested in you. But go ahead.
Yo, I'm not even sure.
I don't know. I don't got it.
I've met people in real life, so I just don't. I don't know.
And in real life,
That's
you never said
Call me
nothing
old
smooth?
fashioned.
I guess like corny stuff does work sometimes.
What's a corny one you got?
I don't know. I can't think of any. I can't think of any right now. They're too good.
Guys.
Okay, so you don't remember an instance where you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely."
I don't remember what the heck they said. No. I think what you said, like as far as like almost making somebody an importance, then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
no
and
one's
then
ever
it's like-
said-
then it's kind of like, what the fuck else you got to do?
Yeah,
I'm
like-
way more important. We gonna slide this date in.
Yeah, I feel that. Like it's just like
And then I became a part of the whole
effort.
weekend.
that effort.
You gotta. If you were a triangle, you'd be a cute one. What about that one?
God.
A cute.
Get it?
I get it.
Again,
And a cute triangle.
dad.
If I were a cat, I'd spend all 9 lives with you.
That's cute.
Troy
Do you
has
guys-
the cutest little giggle.
Nope.
Hater.
Is your father a terrorist? Because you look bomb.
Oh my god. Okay, you're done.
All right.
I think I would definitely reply to a message like that because I'd be like, "LOL, that was a good one," or something like that.
But
So
you're still
I guess
making
you
these
might get a
draws.
reply.
I have
the
no
Just a reply.
text game. My text game is horrible.
That's what about you.
I would probably say Troy when I had posted on my Snapchat story like that I wasn't gonna have a Valentine, and he was like, "That's stupid. You're gonna have a Valentine." And
Sounds
I'm
about
like,
right.
I was like, "But I'm not." Like I have the screenshot because I was like, "But I'm not," and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna make you dinner." And at the time I was vegan, so he's like, "I can make you a vegan dinner and vegan chocolate. Like just come over and I'll have whatever." And like he was just very assertive. Or he's like, "Let's go to the gym together and you're not driving. Like you're gonna make I'm going to drive."
That's stupid.
Very like you're like stop trying to be masculine. But some of the stuff I'm like, damn, I'm like mid. Like I know I'm like maybe like a 6. So I'm like, damn, I don't have people in my DMs like that.
Whatever,
But
Jessica.
the more I get on this show, I'm like, but
That bitch is not mid.
No,
Listen,
that's
men want to
crazy.
fuck 8s, 9s, and 10s, but they want to marry 6s and 7s because you guys are
Oh, shit,
6s
let me
and
grow a
7s
unibrow.
are less of a headache. They have a lot less attention from other males, so it's not as difficult to deal with. They don't have a inflated sense of value. But just because you're a 6 or 7 doesn't mean that you're not outrageously beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then again, since men are extremely visual creatures, when I started following Jessica on Instagram, half the pictures didn't have her face in it. It was fucking yoga poses and ass. So I was like, I'm in. You know what I mean?
like don't get me wrong, I know.
Things with that.
Don't get me wrong, I know I'm that bitch. I'm just talking about like the Instagram model. Like I know I'm not.
Which
that
I like. I've had
still
it.
one of the most
I've
beautiful
had it. I
ones.
like to fuck.
But no, I didn't. The smooth stuff. Maybe I just never let it go past the DM requests because I know how men are when you like say anything, and then
Yeah,
they get,
it's like almost
they
gives them
either
an
get.
opening.
I saw my friends
She's
go
lying.
through that
It
shit.
wasn't the.
No, I saw my friends go through that shit.
No. I was talking about my pickup line. It wasn't the Valentine's Day.
Which one was it?
I said, "Damn girl, what's your Wi-Fi?" Because I'm feeling a connection.
Oh my god.
Jessica, I am so
Okay,
disappointed
that
in you.
No.
So, well, Troy, that's the corniest thing you've ever said.
No,
We
he
want to know
said
the
a lot.
smoothest thing you guys have done or said. Jeez.
He said
I
a
don't
lot
have,
of-
probably what she said. I'm not smooth. I'm direct.
He'll just be like, "You're not driving. I'm picking you up.
That would
Don't
probably be
touch
the
your
smooth
door."
version
Yeah, like
compared to his corny one.
yeah,
I'm very corny.
He's like,
and
"You
I
have a
don't hide
Valentine
it.
now."
He said that's stupid.
And
I
yeah.
enjoy being corny. It's gotten me very far in life.
Nailed
All
it.
right. You guys, we've been going for 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Oh wow.
Hey, shout out to Doc Zombie for
Yeah, that's
Appreciate
true.
you watching, bro.
being involved with the podcast.
Holla! Thank you everyone who's watching.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Like, share, subscribe.
We are gonna
comment.
get out of here.
Wait, we're gonna go around and do the.
Oh yeah. What did you? Yeah. Before we leave, go back around. What did you learn today? What new perspective do you have today that stuck out to you?
Me?
Yeah.
To never text or call you again.
Emotional damage.
The best little ad lib you've ever posted. Thank you. No, yeah, I think that's it for me. To shut the fuck up more. Anyways, what about you?
I guess.
To the microphone.
I guess that I'll try to be a little less mean and a little more direct. But I don't know. There's a lot of good topics. I'm sure I'll take a lot away, but that's something for sure I learned.
I learned. No, it's I appreciate the male's perspective. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's like
sure.
I'm not in that head. So like when it looks like I am mind blown, it's because like I cannot biologically think like you because I am not hardwired to. So when you say things, and to me, it's like, psh, it really is. Because it's like, my brain has already thought about 20 other thousand details, but like y'all's brain goes somewhere else, you know? So it's like, I don't know.
Men are deductive problem solvers. And that's a huge thing that men need to work on in a lot of their relationships, is when you guys do want to just talk about your feelings, we need to listen and not immediately try to solve your problem. Just let you say it, hold you, let it out, and just make you feel like you have a safe space to give your emotions. You know what I mean? But because that's just how we move, because of what we're dealing with outside in life, which is, here's an issue, how do I get around it? Here's an obstacle, how do I get over it? You know what I mean? That's how our mind works.
I think being nicer. I think I didn't know how much men don't get compliments. Like, I thought it was just the unattractive men, but it seems like even if you are attractive, that it may or may not
be. Not in abundance, we get them, but not nearly like.
So
you guys post any picture, there's tons of people, even females.
Yeah.
But even like, when a man is in shape and he posts a fucking picture of his fucking great body, majority of the comments are other men.
Yeah. So I think maybe remembering that whoever you're talking to, like, might appreciate that comment. Like,
for sure.
You know, I guess thirsting for them.
We want to be desired.
Yeah. So.
What'd you learn? Don't slip in Mexico.
It was, that shit has me fucked up for days.
Turtles make everything better.
And turtles make everything better. Like an allergic reaction, like on my cheeks. You guys can't see it now, but my cheeks were like this on Monday.
Oh man.
It was
to what?
I don't know. I just woke up and it was like that.
Shit.
Dang, that vacation whooped your ass.
Yeah.
It did. And I didn't even drink. I should have just drank.
You should have.
It might have made it better. The headache would have gone away. You've been chilling with the turtle.
Man, that's probably what it is. It was more so for me, it was like a self-awareness moment, because I said it out loud and I was like, fuck. And somebody's going to watch this and hit me and be like, I told you, bitch. But it's that I'm not never silent. And I'm silent at the right times. Like, I've said it before, like, when two grown men are talking, that's their business, you know, type shit. So, like, I'm silent when need be, but I could be more aware of my surroundings.
I feel
that's one. And two, y'all still ain't gonna see me with a bra on.
Nobody's asking if put one on. Like and subscribe, guys. Send this to 12 friends and leave comments. We out. Hit the music, Denison. Thank you. Gotta let that beat drop before we just get out of here. It's that squeak boogie madness. I need to give him like a tag. Squeak